What's going on, all you movie lovers out there? Phat Samurai Guy is here with Lady Phatblood, and welcome to another episode of the Verbal Nectar podcast. That's right. The ridiculous name for the ridiculous podcast, brought to you by ridiculous people. That's right. How's it going, babe?
It's going.
How you doing?
Drinking.
Drinking?
Are you drinking?
Hell yeah, I'm drinking.
What
are you drinking? Non-sponsored. Non-sponsored.
Something from Ballast Point. Some kind of ale.
Some kind of ale?
Yeah.
Some kind of ale!
Ale!
Yes!
And you got some concoction that I just made for you.
Oh, yeah.
Some vodka and something.
Romulan ale.
This is bootleg.
It's blue. It's a blue drink.
It's blue and there's vodka in it.
Blue drink with vodka in it.
And by the way, y'all are in for some squeaky squeaks. We're in leather chairs that are very old and they're breaking down. So sorry.
Who needs a ridiculously expensive studio?
No.
Fuck that.
That ain't gonna happen with us.
No.
We don't have that kind of money.
We don't have the kind of money. We don't have the kind of time.
Our money goes to our house payments.
That's right.
And our
mortgage.
Bills, and our bills.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Bills. That's right.
That's it.
But we do have time to talk about what we love, which is movies, trailers, movie news, all that good stuff. And we love etc., etc., etc.
And we highly recommend you guys get some booze.
Yes, get some booze.
Because it's going to be another long one.
Gonna be another long one.
We've been watching movies this week.
I know.
What the hell?
There's been times where once in a while we get a chance, get some free time, and we sit down and watch movies. But, with our work schedules, it's very difficult.
Yeah, we're lucky to see each other 5 minutes a day sometimes.
Yeah.
So.
But I've been watching movies on my own. You've been watching movies.
Yeah.
And just pulling it out of the wallet.
Yeah.
Popping it in and going, hey,
yeah.
Movies.
Because guess what, y'all? We have movies in our wallets that we've owned for years and never watched.
Years. That's right. And you're going to trip out when you hear us talk about...
And we're going to be very embarrassed.
Yes.
And you can make fun of us all you want. It's
yes.
fine. We've made fun of ourselves for this. I watched a movie that we're going to talk about later that I was like, wow, that was really good.
Yeah.
And I looked it up and I was like, God damn it, the movie's 12 years old.
Yeah. 12 years?
Ashamed of myself.
Holy shit.
Absolutely ashamed of myself.
I don't know, it was 12 years. Wow, that's crazy.
Embarrassing.
But let's go ahead and get started today. All right. Tomb Raider sequel. The sequel no one asked for.
This came out of nowhere, and you kind of surprised me with this the other day. So I'm the Tomb Raider junkie of the group. Tomb Raider, my cousin, the cranky critic, introduced me to the PS1 Tomb Raider games back in 1996, I believe. I was over at his house, and he was playing probably off and on the first and the second game at that point. I rolled my eyes because all I saw was a chick in short shorts and the camera was going up her ass crack. And I thought this was sexist and it was for teenage boys. And I thought it was ridiculous and dumb and stupid. And then I actually played the game and I sucked balls at it.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that those controls were terrible. But eventually I got better at it and I fell in love with the series. And it's like probably my favorite series next to Ratchet and Clank. One of the only series, one or two series I've actually stuck with. And so they remade it back in 2013. And
Reboot.
It's had 3 games in this new iteration for the PS3 and now the PS4.
And you've given them a shot. Some things you liked, some things you didn't.
I gotta say I enjoy them, but I don't love them. They're not my Tomb Raider. It's similar to the J.J. Abrams Star Trek universe. I enjoy them, but they are not my Trek.
Right.
I enjoy elements of this new Tomb Raider, but it's just not... I would not say this is my go-to era.
Right.
And my guiltiest pleasure... One of my guiltiest pleasures is the Lara Croft Tomb Raider film, specifically the first Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider.
Yes.
Lara Croft Tomb Raider. I like the first one more than the second one,
It's a guilty pleasure. It's actually kind of fun.
Even though the second film is much more polished.
Yeah.
I believe the first one was directed by Simon West, who I think did the first Expendables.
Yes.
But the second movie was directed by Jan de Bont, I want to say, the guy who did...
He did one of the Expendables. I think Stallone did the first one.
Oh, okay, there you go. He might have done the second one then. But the second movie was much more polished and did not feel as choppy as the first movie, but I just like the first movie better.
The second movie, I'm going to say it, is boring.
It's, and the first movie felt more like a Tomb Raider game to me.
Yeah.
There was a little more visuals.
Yeah.
That had a little more
you can't
links to the games for me.
Yeah.
And it was cheesy as hell and it was stupid and you could tell the movie was close to 2 hours long and you could tell that it was missing pieces and scenes. You could tell that there was so much that they had to cut out for time. They probably cut out 30 minutes. You could tell. You could see it. And you go to look at the deleted scenes and you're like, oh my God, there was so much of this movie that they had to edit out.
Right.
And you don't even know if it really would have been worth it, but whatever. But it's a guilty pleasure of mine.
Yeah.
So... I still equate that to my old Tomb Raider games, even though it was kind of that bridge between the PS1 games and even the PS2 Angel of Darkness, which I just can't. I can't with that game. I just can't. But then, you skip that. You skip Angel of Darkness and then you go into Tomb Raider Legend and Anniversary and then Underworld. I think Tomb Raider, like Lara Croft Tomb Raider, those two movies are kind of like that bridge in between the PS1 and then the next gens. And so I kind of like lump those all in together. So then, what was it, 2018? Was it 2017?
Maybe 2017.
The Alicia Vikander Tomb Raider movie comes out.
Based off of the more recent games.
Yeah, it's basically exactly not a shot for shot, but from what I can remember of the 2013 reboot of Tomb Raider, it's basically that.
Right.
It's basically based off of that. It's very similar.
I don't remember why I bought it.
The Vikander?
Yeah.
Out of curiosity.
I think
it was
cheap.
It was really cheap.
It was cheap. Okay.
And at this
point... It wasn't that bad. Especially for a video game movie.
That was my point. The problem is that the video game film genre has a very, very low bar.
It's garbage.
The bar is so low. You'd have to get a ruler to get under it. I mean, the
bar is so low that people talk about the World of Warcraft movie, Warcraft.
Yeah.
And they are like, this is garbage, right? Mm-hmm. But when I watched it, I was like, it's all right. Yeah. Because I'm looking at it through the lens of video game movie genre, and it's so bad. Yeah. Hitman 47 can go fuck itself.
Oh no, that's one of those movies I forgot I even saw.
Yeah,
we saw that in the theater, didn't
we? And we reviewed it for the channel.
Oh my god. Oh no, that's gotta be painful to watch.
It's so bad.
Oh damn.
The bar is so low that movies like Warcraft, it's like, oh, well, all right, it's one of the better ones.
And so as far as video game films,
Rampage.
I will fight you.
That's another movie.
I will fight anyone. I love that movie. I don't care. I love Rampage. I rewatched that again. I love it. I do not care. It's so dumb.
It's a fun kaiju movie.
So dumb. I love it. I fucking love it.
It's so bad it's a good movie. Yeah. But at least there's entertainment out of it.
There is.
Right.
There is.
But the bar's been set so low that Rampage is one of the better ones.
And so keeping that in mind,
as well as this movie.
Yeah. And so keeping that in mind, this movie, when you take a concept like the 2013 Tomb Raider film or Tomb Raider game, where they played it so safe, they made Lara. So original Lara, the whole appeal was that she's this globe-trotting, gun-toting, rich heiress. She comes from this well-to-do family. She gets bored. She gets, this bug up her butt. Her original story is she crashes in the Himalayas and she has to rely on her wits to survive. And then she gets it up her butt that she wants to. A
lot of things up her butt. I noticed.
She wants to. Well, I mean, she's Lara Croft. And she wants to, become this adventurer. Now, eventually her story gets changed that her father is an archaeologist, and so that runs in the family, but that's later on in the story. Okay, fine. Fair enough. But whatever the case is, the whole point of Lara is that her adventures are outlandish and outrageous, and she's over the top, and her movesets are ridiculous and over the top, and she's able to do these ridiculous acrobatics and jump inhuman lengths and do these inhuman things, and it's cartoonish and it's not realistic, and that's why I loved it.
It's not supposed to be.
But that's what I'm saying. They took all of that in 2013 and they're like, well, we're better than that now. So we're going to make her human. We're going to make her vulnerable. We're going to take her tits and shove them into B cups. And we're going to take her ass and shove them into pants.
How dare they?
We're going to, we're not going to we're going to desexualize her because we want to make her more human.
I'm offended.
We don't want to give her guns. She has to have a bow and arrow to survive. We don't want her to raid tombs. We want her to shoot people every 5 goddamn minutes, which I hate combat. I love exploration. I love puzzle solving. I never played Tomb Raider games to fight people. But that's what the 2013 and forward games did. They took an adventure puzzle platformer and they made it a combat-based,
Uncharted Nathan Drake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I hated that. It's like, half the time, like the third game that I never finished, which I'll probably next year, a year from my last checkpoint, I'll go back and I'll be like, wow, I haven't played this game in a year.
Yeah.
I literally deviated from the main plot because I didn't give a shit so I could go raid all the tombs. Because the tombs are side missions.
Oh, wow.
That's what the exploration part of Tomb Raider became. It became side missions.
Wow.
And it became all about the main story of saving this village.
Yeah.
And all this crap. But
Shoot Raider.
Pretty much. Pretty much. So you have this first game in 2013 where you humanize Lara. She's vulnerable. She's looking for what happened to her father and her legacy and all that. So the plot is so basic and she's so human now that anybody that's competent could easily have structured a film after it. And luckily they didn't get Uwe Boll, which I always wanted a Uwe Boll Tomb Raider movie starring Megan Fox. I feel
oh
ripped
my God.
off. I feel ripped off that I never got that.
That would have been the greatest movie ever.
Just imagine Megan Fox with a British accent. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I think the world was robbed, but we'll never get it now. But so they got somebody competent, and they made a movie based off of the game, and it's a competent film.
Yeah.
It's based off of the game almost to a T, except for the first 15 minutes of the film are unwatchable.
Yeah, pretty bad.
All I remember is this terrible bike chase, and it was awful.
It was a race.
It was ugly.
Yeah.
It hurt to watch. It was obnoxious.
The music was bad.
It was terrible. That's all I remember. And I was like, oh my God. It was like the first 15 minutes of Solo where I was just like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to make it. And then it settled down and it became the 2013 video game, basically, in movie form. And
right.
So it was fine, but I didn't really think it made much of an impact. It seemed like because Warcraft came and went, and then Assassin's Creed did not do well at all. It seemed like Tomb Raider just kind of came and nobody talked about it, and it didn't really seem to make a whole lot of money.
I don't think it bombed.
No, but it just didn't seem to make an impact.
Right there in the middle, I think.
It's a very unremarkable film.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Right.
But it's not incompetent. So it's just fine.
Right.
Like the 2013 film.
Right,
I mean, the 2013 game. It's just fine.
Yeah.
But the 2013 reboot obviously was a tremendous hit. That's why they made so many.
The positive that we got out of the film, though, very disappointed in Walton Goggins.
Right, as the villain.
Very disappointed in him. Could be due to direction, I don't know, or script, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
But the guy's a really good actor, and he was just like...
He was sleepwalking.
Yeah.
But, I mean, with that kind of material,
yeah,
what were you supposed to do with that?
It's true.
That's how I saw it.
But, gotta give Vikander props. I thought she did well. It looks like she did train.
It was fine.
She gave effort.
She was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was the problem with the film for me, though, where is the first... I want to say it was like 2001 Tomb Raider 2001 or 2002 Lara Croft movie. I want to say one of those two.
Yeah.
It was dumb and it was fun.
Right.
It was over the top, much like the video games.
Uh-huh.
This was just play it safe, fine.
Yeah.
Like the game.
Right.
So again, I don't know where they're going to go. I don't know if they're going to base this off of the next game, which personally, my favorite in the trilogy so far has been the second game. So
they might as well.
So
right?
I mean, maybe that'll be interesting. I don't know. Perhaps.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they'll do their own thing. I don't know. I just don't know where this is going.
Yeah.
Much like the games.
I
don't know what the point of all this. I've been waiting for her to become real Lara, but the problem is in 2019, my real Lara can no longer exist.
Right.
We cannot have 90s Lara Croft anymore because she's offensive. And that pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because it's no longer acceptable for women to enjoy role models like that.
Yeah.
And that irritates me because, I used to look at her and go, oh, just for the guys to whack off to and blah, blah, blah. But no! I ended up loving her. Like, I ended up really having fun playing her. And
because you gave it a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I ended up having a lot of fun playing as the character and liking her attitude.
The characters today have to be relatable.
They have to be relatable and they can't be sexy.
Mm-hmm.
They can't have their tits hanging out. They can't be objectified, which is like, it's just like you can't have fun anymore.
Yeah.
And
it's like you can have a little bit of both. You can have a little bit of eye candy.
But then it's so problematic that certain people start screaming and wagging their fingers and all that, and then boycotts, and
it's dumb.
It's really irritating.
But I'm surprised we're getting a sequel. Really, I'm kind of surprised. That kind of came out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. Like you said, it didn't really make that big of an impact to warrant.
But then Death Note's getting a sequel.
Death Note.
I guess anything is possible. You want to talk about the sequel nobody fucking asked for?
Yeah.
Death Note. Netflix's Death Note is getting a goddamn sequel.
I'm stunned.
Nobody.
I'm stunned with that.
But nobody wanted that. Nobody wanted the first one. And they're making a sequel.
The Kill List, I heard, was an excellent movie. I've always wanted to watch it. I'm going to have to put that on the list of movies to watch. You never know, we may review it on the channel. But The Kill List, I heard, was really good. But the director of The Kill List is the guy doing the sequel for Tomb Raider.
Interesting.
So, like you said, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
But just, she had her moments in the first movie where she did kind of go off and be a little bit of a badass. But I wanted her to, just rampage, man. Like, when she gets her first kill in the movie, it's a cool moment because it's just like, holy shit, I'm fighting for survival. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to kill this dude, but I got to do it. Mm-hmm. They're trying to kill me. What am I going to do, right? Mm-hmm. And that was a great moment in the movie. That's where I was like, that was the only part of the movie where I was like, yes, mm-hmm. She's in the mud, it's raining, and she strangled the dude and taps him out and kills him. And I was just like, here we go. They pushed her too far, man. Fuck it. Now she's like, fuck it mode. Yeah. And she had a few moments where she was stealthy and she had a bow and arrow. She was kicking ass a little bit. But, like you said, let's have some fun. Let's beef up the action some more. Give her some guns, more action. Hand-to-hand combat scenes in the first movie, not really that great. But let's see what happens. So, fingers crossed for another solid video game movie. Now, here's where I'm just like, why are we doing this? But at the same time, I'm kind of digging it. And that is the G.I. Joe spin-off films called Snakeyes. And from the casting alone, they're already saying, fuck the first two movies. These movies don't exist.
Oh, Lord. Whose idea was this?
I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, at first I was like, why are we doing this? Because if you stop and think about it, the first two G.I. Joe movies aren't great movies. The first one's a guilty pleasure for me, but I don't really watch it that much. The second one was definitely had way better action, better fight choreography. It was a better movie, but still had a lot of problems.
It was dumb as hell, but it was easier to watch.
It was easier to watch. There were some slight improvements, though. But we can agree, I think everyone can agree that even if they hate the first two G.I. Joe movies, right? Snakeyes was brilliantly played by Ray Park. I think he was perfectly casted as Snake Eyes in those movies. He looked badass. The design, his suit, his mask, everything was great. The fight scenes with him was great. Every time he showed up, it was just awesome to see Ray Park as Snake Eyes. That was, I think everyone can agree with that. That was one of the positives of the first two G.I. Joe films. But as movies, well, like I said, kind of guilty pleasures. But I guess they said, fuck all that noise. We're doing our own little spin-off movie. And as of right now, Henry Golding from the film Crazy Rich Asians is playing Snake Eyes. Okay. I'm excited about this, though. Andrew Koji, the lead martial arts actor, star of the Cinemax series Warrior, based off of some of the writings, script writings from Bruce Lee. I've heard nothing but great things about this. Nina Lusik, our boy from Germany, has seen the series, and he immediately messaged me, "Oh my God, you gotta watch Warrior now! You have to watch it now!" And I think Lee from Film Combat Syndicate, our buddy Lee, also was letting us know about it, that it's been getting a lot of buzz. So I would like to, if possible, I would like to review that for the Movie Dojo. Warrior, if you guys are unaware, Warrior on Cinemax. I believe it's finally coming out on Blu-ray soon. So we'll definitely be picking that up. But he is playing Storm Shadow. So Henry Golding is the new Snake Eyes. Andrew Koji is Storm Shadow. And brought on the cast, Iko Uwais, our boy from Indonesia. The martial arts legend, Iko, is playing Hardmaster. And Hardmaster is the teacher of Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. So I know you mentioned, like, how is that going to work? Because the legendary Gerald Okamura played Hardmaster in the first G.I. Joe film. It's like, how is that going to work? Because Iko still looks really young.
Yeah.
So most likely it's probably going to be flashbacks. Maybe they'll flashback and they're kids or whatever, and he's there training them. Maybe they give Iko some facial hair or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll work it out.
Yeah.
But, hey, this, as long as it has badass martial arts action sequences, man, and we got a good story told here. Yeah.
I mean, again, I don't know whose idea this was, but
yeah.
I don't know how there's a market for this, but I mean, okay.
But shout out to I don't want to just give Ray Park shout out. Shout out to our boy that played Storm Shadow in the first two G.I. Joe movies, Byung-Hun Lee.
Yeah.
I apologize if I say his name wrong. One of the greatest Korean actors ever.
Yeah.
This guy, how is it possible to be good at everything? Like, if this guy wanted to be a model, succeeded. Martial arts star, action star, succeeded. Dramatic actor, winning awards, succeeded.
Yeah.
Star in horror films, succeeded. I mean, drama, period piece, sagas, succeeded.
Yeah.
How do you succeed in everything? He was in a damn Western, succeeded.
Yeah. The movie itself wasn't, but...
Oh, I know what you're thinking about.
Which one are you thinking about?
You're thinking about the Magnificent Seven remake.
Yeah.
Which
one are you thinking?
His character, you kind of remember a little.
Yeah.
A little.
But the movie was
forgettable, yes.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the good and the bad and the weird.
Ah.
If you guys have not seen that awesome, badass, fun as hell Western, I highly recommend you guys check that out. But yeah, let's see where this goes.
Yeah.
Let's see where it goes. So, I'm kind of surprised they're just not rebooting G.I. Joe. Like, why are they not just starting over?
And why going with the martial arts aspect of things? Because that's not, like, for an American perspective, that is not where the money is.
Right.
I hate to say that.
Right.
That sounds awful, but Americans don't give a shit about that.
No.
I mean, that's where the straight to video genre lies in America. Like, in other countries, sure.
And it's a shame that recently it's that way, but hey, I'm all for it. I'll support it if it's badass.
I'm very curious.
There's good news and bad news though.
Oh.
The director of this movie
directed
Red,
yeah.
which was a fun little action thriller
Yeah.
starring Bruce Willis.
Yeah, this bothers me.
That's the good.
Yeah.
The bad is he also directed R.I.P.D.
Which was not a Men in Black ripoff at all. The trailer itself is not even remotely a Men in Black ripoff. Like,
Which I still want to watch. I want to see if it really is that bad.
yeah.
But I think everyone agrees that it was not a great movie. So yeah, so we'll see what happens with the Snake Eyes film. All right, let's talk about James Gunn's Suicide Squad reboot.
James Gunn attempts to save DC.
Yeah.
DC, you know what? DC, I'm rooting for you. You pissed me off a couple times, but damn it, you know, I don't have a lot of hope for Wonder Woman 84 because I don't know where you're going with this. I really don't. I really like the first Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it was fun.
But I don't know about the sequel. I don't know how you're going to pull this off just based on your own continuity that you've set up. Because you said in 1918 or whatever, you know, she goes to World War I, she fights, and then she disappears until BVS. But now all of a sudden she's showing up in 1984. Okay, well you just fucked yourself up and you just lied. Okay, you fucked up in Justice League. We all know the train wreck that was Justice League. Okay. But you brought me back a little with Aquaman. Aquaman was one of the dumbest movies ever made, but by God was it fun. And we just talked about in the last podcast, Shazam was more fun than it had any right to be.
Yeah.
It was better than it had any right to be.
Yeah.
And what I love best about it, it had its own sense of humor, and it did not feel like a Marvel film. It had its own style.
Yeah.
And it was fun and not too dark.
Right.
Without feeling like it was ripping off the Marvel formula, to me.
Yeah.
That's how it felt.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm rooting for you.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for you.
We are not Marvel fanboys.
But Suicide Squad.
we like it all. We like DC, we like Marvel, we like everything.
But Suicide Squad, one day we're going to do a video on Suicide Squad again.
We're going to revisit it.
We're going to revisit this movie. Because by God, we have a second opinion on that Suicide Squad film.
Yes, we do.
We rewatched it when it came out with the extended cut.
Yes.
And oh my God, I'm ashamed.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed of what I said the first time I saw that
I'm
film.
embarrassed. Well, it's more me than you.
I'm still ashamed of what I said. I'm still ashamed of what I said. And
it's going to be cringe going back and watching our review of that film.
I'm going to want to slap my stupid face. I'm going to want to slap myself right in the mouth. You shut your fucking mouth, you dumbass. And
we recently just gave away to Sexy Sumo the Pops. The Funko action figure Pops of Suicide Squad. We just gave it to him. We were like, here you go, man, free Pops.
We're embarrassed to look at them.
Yeah, because it's embarrassing.
And so I love a good salvage story.
Yeah.
I love any, like, when there was talks back in the day with Rogue One and bringing Darth Vader back, and then obviously Hayden Christensen, that didn't happen, but then there's talks of Hayden Christensen coming back as Vader at some capacity, but then Jimmy Smith showed up in Rogue One, and there was talks about bringing Ewan McGregor back in the movies in some capacity as Obi-Wan and all that. I'm like, you know what? I don't like the prequels.
Right.
But if you can salvage anything, please. It's the same thing with Days of Future Past, X-Men Days of Future Past, salvaging X3. If you can salvage anything that bad has happened in a movie's continuity, salvage it.
Right.
Do it. Absolutely. Yeah. Bring it back. Find a way to bring it back around. Don't erase it. Don't sweep it under the rug. Bring it back.
I know some people may not agree with this, but for us, this is a good example. Triple X.
Yes! Yes! Triple X2 was one of the most boring fucking movies.
Oh, it's generic.
Ever.
Yeah.
It was so hard to watch that it was like, why did we do this to ourselves? But by God, was it worth it by the end of Triple X3? Is that The Return of Xander Cage?
When Ice Cube showed up.
It was fucking worth it.
Yeah.
Just for that moment.
It was hilarious.
It fucking was. And that's and for James Gunn to come in and possibly salvage anything from that train wreck travesty piece of shit Suicide Squad. Spoilers, I can't fucking stand that movie now.
I'm just going to throw this out here.
Yeah.
Bright is better than Suicide Squad. I like Bright better than Suicide Squad. And Bright, the year it came out, was considered one of the worst movies of the year. But I can sit down and enjoy Bright. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's from the same director.
The Will Smith with the orcs.
Yeah, Joel Edgerton.
Yeah.
Yeah, the orcs, the fantasy brought to in modern times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how bad Suicide Squad is now.
Yeah.
Revisiting it.
Yeah.
Bright is better than that movie.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I know it's too early to jump the gun here.
Yes.
But
the cast
already
alone.
This is looking great.
Yeah.
So this is what we have here. We have returning. We have Margot Robbie, of course. We have Viola Davis, of course. But we have Idris Elba, Michael Rooker, Taika Waititi. Said, "Fuck you, Marvel. I'm doing another Thor movie for you guys, but I'm coming over to DC to do
Look
this."
Look at James Gunn.
Right?
Marvel acquiesced and brought him back for Guardians 3 finally.
Yeah.
The world forgave him, and he's doing Guardians 3, and he's doing this.
Very surprised Joel Kinnaman is coming back.
Yeah.
Captain Flag. I'm very surprised he's coming back, but he's back.
Yeah.
And the best part. Now, Margot Robbie is great. She's great. It's obvious. Okay, she would be the first positive. Oh, if you have to randomly just really quickly throw a positive of what was the best thing out of the first Suicide Squad is Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. I beg to differ, sir. Our boy, Jai Courtney.
These words should never be uttered by human mouths, but here you go.
Our boy Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang. If you watch Suicide Squad again, Captain Boomerang is the best part of that fucking movie. He is hilarious. He is relatable. He is more realistic and reacts to everything as how everyone else should be reacting. Like, why are we going up and fighting this fucking sorcerer? And I have a boomerang? What the fuck are we doing? Yeah, Captain Boomerang is the best part of Suicide Squad. So, he's returning, thank God. For all you wrestling fans out there, John Cena's in the movie. I don't know why, but he's there. And we have Nathan Fillion. That's right. The legend. Our boy, Nathan Fillion, is in this movie. Now, there's a whole bunch of other people. I'm not sure who they are. But what has piqued our interest even more is there's a little name on here from a gentleman that we are fans of by the name of Peter Capaldi.
Yeah.
Yes, Doctor Who himself is on here. And I would love it if he was the villain of this movie.
The Doctor Who.
If Idris Elba's not the villain,
yeah,
Peter Capaldi has to be the villain.
That'd be nice.
That would be a lot of fun.
The Doctor Who got a bad rap.
But I thought his series ended well.
I don't know. I never made it that far.
I thought the second half was okay.
I never made it that far. You know, I used to be a fan of the show, and then I wasn't. That was a thing that happened, and I'm over it now.
I'm still confused with the Birds of Prey stuff.
I don't know.
Because I saw a teaser trailer thing, and I was kind of like, okay, is this coming out before Suicide Squad?
I don't know.
So I'm not sure what's going on with the Birds of Prey.
See what I'm saying? DC Warner, they're just like, what are we doing?
I know.
What are we doing with ourselves?
They have their Sony moments.
They're.
But yeah, fingers crossed. I will be there to see the sequel, the reboot, despite what we thought of the first one. All right. Now, you're going to hate this news. I'm actually okay with it. I'm actually okay with it. And I'm going to tell you why you're going to hate it. Okay? So, most recently, rumor news that has gone around the internets and all them Twitters and shit. We have possibly a reboot to one of the cult classics action movies from the 80s, Cobra, starring Sylvester Stallone. It is a cult classic. It's a lot of fun to watch. We might have a reboot to it. Now, I'm really not against a reboot to this film. It's been a long time. Why not? Fuck it, right? Why not, right? But Robert Rodriguez has been approached by Sylvester Stallone. And just to let you guys know, me and Lady Phatblood have been the biggest Robert Rodriguez fans for his early work. His early work is that's the shit. That's the Robert Rodriguez we miss. Dusk Till Dawn, Desperado. I mean, El Mariachi. I mean, that's the early work of Robert Rodriguez is what we miss. And he's kind of been off and on, doing some Spy Kid shit. We had fun with the Machete movies. Those were fun, goofy movies. I enjoyed Alita Battle Angel. I thought it was fun. For what it was, I thought it was fun and entertaining. But you have lost faith. Right?
Yeah, more or less.
Now, why is that? He's gone soft?
Do
you think he's gone soft?
I think directors, when they get older, it's the Steven Spielberg syndrome.
The balls shrink?
They tend to fall off. And, it's like when you're younger and you don't have kids, or your kids aren't old enough for you to give a shit yet, I don't know what it is.
No.
I don't know what it is. But when you get older and you just don't have that edge anymore. James Cameron, it happened to him. The only person it hasn't really happened to is Scorsese. Scorsese is the only director so far that I have seen that is still making good, like legitimately good, not just it's fine. No.
Right.
Like Spielberg, his movies, they still look good.
Right.
But I don't like watching his movies anymore.
Right.
The magic is gone.
The magic from Steven Spielberg is gone.
The polish is there, but the magic is not there anymore. But Scorsese, his movies are still Scorsese movies. Maybe Tarantino also. They're still the same.
Right.
The same Tarantino-isms, the same everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rodriguez, it's like, again, the Machete movies were fine, and Predators had its moments.
He wrote that. He didn't direct that.
That's true. That's true. Maybe that's why there was some violence and gore, but
right. I would have to say Robert Rodriguez's best film or last good movie, like great movie, that had an impact for its time would probably be Sin City. We still have not seen the sequel yet.
Did he direct the sequel?
Yeah, we haven't, but I'm pretty sure the first movie is still better.
No, Frank Miller got a co-director credit for the first
movie.
Yeah, did he for the second movie, or was that all Rodriguez?
I'm not sure. But I mean that's probably the last great, really, really, really great Robert Rodriguez movie.
That was a long time ago.
I know, that was a long time ago.
But that was
that
style.
I don't have an issue with Stallone letting him do what he wants with it. It could be in worse hands. It could be in Brett Ratner's hands. Oof. It could be in worse hands. So whether they do a reboot movie or they do a series, an R-rated, mature-rated series, why not? Tango and Cash 2. Now, another fun 80s action icon team-up movie. You got Sylvester Stallone again with the amazing Kurt Russell, the scene-stealing Kurt Russell, and it's a fun movie. If you guys have not seen Tango and Cash, it's a good time. I don't know. As much as a fan as I am of the first film, I'm trying to picture 300-year-old Stallone and 250-year-old Kurt Russell. Like I'm trying to picture them. I don't know.
They're in the geriatric ward trying to solve who took their denture cream. I mean, like,
I just don't know. Like physically, physically they can shoot a gun. Physically, they're fine.
This is on the brink of us about to go see Rambo 5.
Yeah, son.
Okay,
Last Blood.
I mean, Kurt Russell's still making Fast and Furious, even though he's not.
He can shoot guns. They can shoot guns.
With the crew, but still, it's like he's still making movies, which is fine. But Tango and Cash, 30 years later.
I don't see a huge, besides me. There's really no huge fan base that would go see this movie. This movie would bomb.
That movie was kind of panned when it came out.
Yeah, no one really liked it. But it's a fun movie. I don't know why.
It is fun, but nobody really liked it when it came out. So why would they
I don't know. I don't know. The last thing I heard was Kurt Russell kind of was going, I don't know about this. Because I read...
Kurt, buddy, go with your gut. Jesus, don't do it. Don't let Stallone make it. Don't talk...
Tombstone 2. Another adventure with Wyatt Earp. And he comes across aliens.
Woof.
But yeah, I don't know. I think at this point Stallone is like Arnold. They're having fun now. They're just having fun. Reliving the old days and sequeling and their old properties. I think they're just having a good time now. But I can see Tango and Cash as maybe a fun short. They got together for a fun little short and just had fun.
Yeah.
Or fake trailer.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That would be hilarious.
No damn movie.
You know what they should do? A fake trailer with them in it. A fake trailer, Tango and Cash 2 fake trailer, and see how everyone reacts to it on the internet. And if there's a lot of buzz, like, oh my, like, it's fake. Like, they shoot stuff that's not going to be in the movie or whatever. It's just fake.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh my God, this could be awesome. And then, all right, we'll do the movie, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Tango and Cash 2, I don't know about that one. But we will see what happens. What other movies from the 80s could they see try to sequel now? Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to make Commando 2. John Matrix returns. All right, movie trailer time now. So when we went to go see Ready or Not, which is a fun horror comedy, dark comedy, me and the OGP went to go see Ready or Not. We came across a trailer and and visually it looks fine. But towards the end of the trailer. During the trailer, the letters were appearing on the screen. And then we'll go back to a scene from the movie, and then another letter will pop up on the screen. Go back to the scene from the movie, and then a letter will pop up. And towards the end, OGP was like, if this comes out to spell underwater, this is fucking bullshit. Like, this is bad. And then right after that, it said, released in January. So you know what that means. It's a fuck you, it's January movie. Where studios are afraid of their properties and don't have the biggest hopes in their properties, they'll release it in January. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yep.
Sometimes some good movies come out in January, but that's usually what fuck you, it's January means. And it stars Kristen Stewart. Unfortunately, our boy Vincent Cassel...
Oh, the French guy?
Is in there. Unfortunately, he's in there in the movie. And some other people, but it looks like it kind of got the vibe that they're underwater miners, very deep underwater, and then an earthquake happens, and it unleashes something from below. And from the trailer, it kind of looks like possibly aliens. Some kind of alien creature that lay dormant is awakened or just comes out. And our movie begins. And it looks like it should be a rated R fucking movie. But they believe it's PG-13 film. So, yeah, that movie can go fuck itself.
You know what? If you're going to release it in January...
Yeah, fuck it.
You've already admitted that it's a piece of shit movie. Mm-hmm. So you're not going to make any money off of it. So just fucking... Yeah. Just...
Go R, man.
R. Yeah. Just fuck it. You've already fucked it up. Oh
and
my God, so stupid.
And I just mentioned to Lady Phatblood, I was talking to her last week about a subject I like to call, where the fuck are all the creature features? Where are the creature features? Damn it. I missed the creature features. It was right after we watched Lake Placid, and I showed that to Lady Phatblood. And we had a lot of fun revisiting that. And another movie I highly recommend is a great monster flick. It's a movie called The Relic. So you have The Relic and like Lake Placid is fun. And I'm like, everything's fucking ghosts, paranormal activity, The found footage genre is dead. That's gone. So now it's all paranormal stuff. And I'm fine with that. We love horror movies. But where's the fucking creature features? Where's the fucking monster movies ripping shit up? And no, the Alien and the Covenant and the fucking The Predators bullshit. That doesn't count. I'm talking creature features. Why am I saying this with an accent? I don't know. The Romulan ale is kicking in here.
Straight to video.
It's straight to video. I mean, you can find some good ones on straight to video. We saw a movie called Monster. Very solid one. That was another fun creature feature movie. You can find them on straight to video. But there's more shit than good, which we will get to later in the podcast.
Yep.
But yeah, it's like, well then now look, this is what we fucking got. Underwater. This is what we got.
What a title.
Yes.
That makes me want to just rush right out and see it.
It's like, well, fuck, man. Underwater. Yeah. So, yeah, not impressed with that bullshit. So, we did see the trailer, the red band version of the movie horror comedy called Little Monsters, which stars Lupita. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Academy Award winning Lupita. There. You know who it is, damn it.
I hate to say it. It looks adorable.
It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Josh Gad's in there. Looks like he's having a good time making fun of himself.
We're going to have to check that out.
Mm-hmm.
That looks way too much fun.
Yeah. It looks like Lupita is either school teacher, possibly, or counselor, maybe, or...
It kind of looks like she's like a school teacher for like maybe kindergartners, or the equivalent of daycare kindergartners, or something like that. They look really, really young.
Yeah.
And they're at a day trip, like a field trip or something.
Yeah.
And the zombie virus breaks out where they are, and she's trying to like kind of protect them from the horrors of what's going on. So she's like trying to make it fun, and while at the same time trying to protect them. Yeah. And trying to like, you know,
like we're playing games.
Yeah.
But then she's like just decapitating zombies and shit.
Yeah. So,
like it looks hilarious.
Yeah.
And gory as fuck.
Yeah.
Unlike Underwater. Yeah. So
yeah, when a movie featuring 25 6 and 7 year olds has more gore and balls than your fucking Underwater creature feature starring all adults, you fucked up.
You fucked it up. Yeah. But this looks like a lot of fun, and I'm surprised it's a Hulu exclusive.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
That kind of came out of nowhere. But
I didn't know Hulu did that. Is that...
Well, it was... I'm not positive. I think it was a New Zealand release.
It figures. What the hell is up with New Zealand?
New Zealand,
their movies...
We're having fun.
Oh, no,
we are having fun with their movies.
Their movies, every once in a while...
Deathgasm 2 is coming.
That's, you know... And they're the ones that brought us What We Do in the Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Those bastards.
Yes. And highly recommend the FX TV series, What We Do in the Shadows.
I'm going to tell you something.
It is hilarious.
I hate vampires. Twilight ruined vampires for me. I still love Bram Stoker's Dracula, directed by Francis Ford Coppola. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. I still love that movie.
You like The Lost Boys.
I like The Lost Boys. I'm okay with Interview with the Vampire. But What We Do in the Shadows, that movie is like a hug to me on having a bad day. Pop that movie in. That movie's fucking adorable.
It's a great movie.
And I love it. And I love the TV show. Surprisingly, that show, I love it as much as the movie.
Yeah.
It's a great companion piece to the film, and I love it.
Yeah.
Thanks, New Zealand.
Thank you.
Keep going.
Keep it going. So check out Little Monsters, you guys, if you guys want to. It looks like a fun little horror comedy, so if you guys are in the mood for that, check that out. All right.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Midway.
Woof.
Midway, the second trailer, we watched that,
Woof.
and
Woof.
I got excited for a little bit at first because of the cast. Is pretty damn impressive. We have Woody Harrelson, we have Patrick Wilson, and amongst others, Thomas Jane,
Luke Evans.
Luke Evans. Damn it. Okay, Luke Evans is in there, but Thomas Jane, right? Is that Thomas Jane? Or was that Aaron Eckhart?
Aaron Eckhart.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. But yeah, I was like, oh man, this might be good. And some of the war scenes looked okay, but then we got that, oh yeah, it's directed from the guy who did Godzilla 1998.
You know,
Godzilla, and you could see it forming.
You know what I don't understand?
There's tons and tons and tons of
CGI.
I
don't understand. There was a movie that came out. What was it? 2 years ago. It was the Nicolas Cage movie. It was Indianapolis.
That was the one Thomas Jane is in.
Okay.
That's where I got him confused.
It was Indianapolis.
Yeah.
It was a story about the USS Indianapolis. If you've ever seen the movie Jaws, Quint tells the story about the guys delivering one of the bombs.
The bomb.
One of the bombs to that was one of the bombs going, one of the two the two atomic bombs to the the bombs, one of the two major bombs in World War II, and they got torpedoed, and the ship sank, and the survivors got attacked by sharks.
Yes.
And those who didn't get attacked by sharks, had to wait, until help arrived, but they didn't know, like, it was such a secret mission that it was a long time until help came and blah, blah, blah. Well, that kind of a movie needs to be told with respect and reverence and competence. But you see the trailer for that film, and it looked like a piece of shit, and lo and behold, the movie was a piece of shit.
It looked worse than this.
So you tell me why Midway, a decisive battle in the Pacific, a major event during World War II, that is supposed to be like a heavy battle, special effects extravaganza, would be given to goddamn Roland Emmerich. You tell me why you would give it to that motherfucker who gave us 2012, who gave us these disaster pieces of shit films that all look awful,
who gave us White House Down,
who gave us all of his movies have not looked good since Independence Day, and I hate Independence Day.
How dare you?
I do not like
We're
Independence
stopping the
Day.
podcast right now.
Okay, I do not like Independence Day. I'm sorry. I've never liked the film. I just don't see it. I don't get it. I'm sorry. I don't.
Ugh.
Okay? I get why people liked it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I get why people like it now.
Yeah.
Will Smith was a big part of that.
Right.
If you take Will Smith out of that movie, it might not be as impactful as it was.
It's fun.
Okay?
It's a fun popcorn movie.
So, you tell me why you would take a movie or a story that needs character. You need representation. You need characters. You need competent filmmaking. You need heavy special effects for the battles that they have to show.
Yeah, because if the war sequences are not convincing, it's gonna kind of take you out.
Which the whole thing of Midway is this massive battle that takes place in the Pacific.
Yeah.
You tell me why you give it to Roland Emmerich. And it's all over that trailer. You showed me that trailer and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? This looks like something that came out in 2005.
It does. Yeah, it does.
Why would you do that? It looks like the people that gave us Indianapolis.
Yeah. Now, obviously, I'm sure this movie, the movie I'm about to mention, obviously, I'm sure it was bigger budgeted than Midway. But the airplane sequences in Dunkirk looked real. It looked real. Dunkirk was not an action film, but it looked, the plane sequences looked real. Everything looked real. And it just, I get it. I get it. With these big, massive airplane battles, you're going to have to do CGI to make it work, obviously. But some shots looked okay in the trailer, and then some shots were like, oh boy. So it's kind of like, but I get where you're coming from, where you're just like, this is such an important part of history. Why can't we have both? I haven't seen the old movie with Charlton Heston. Charlton Heston, right?
Yeah, I vaguely remember seeing the original.
That's considered good, right?
I want to say it was now here's the problem. When I saw that, it was on TV.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. So you gotta think of it this way.
Full screen.
I saw a 2 hour and 11 minute film stretched out with commercials on television in full screen.
Right.
So this movie was very distracting. Now, I remember the film being dialogue heavy. Now, I was too young to know what was going on.
Right.
So if I were to watch the film now, I'm sure it's much more interesting, because my understanding is that it was a battle for the region between, it was between us, obviously, and Japanese forces in the Pacific Ocean. So it was Navy versus Navy.
Right.
So it was a battle. It was airships and planes. So it was a strategic thing. So my understanding, it's going to be dialogue heavy and strategic planning, and that's what I remember was a lot of dialogue. But what did they do? They go the goddamn Pearl Harbor route. Oh, we got to make sure everybody's got a family, and we got to make sure that, this guy's got a wife and kid at home, because American audiences can't latch on to somebody if they don't know they have a family. And that was one thing. And I gave props to Dunkirk about that, was that not one person was an avatar in that movie. Yeah. You had a couple of people that you kind of focused on, but you didn't really. Yeah. You had a couple of people per arc, because you had 3 arcs in Dunkirk. You had 3 different timelines in Dunkirk that all eventually converged by the end of the film. And each one of those arcs, those timelines, had one person that you kind of followed around. But you didn't really know them. You just followed them. Right. But in this one, you take these people and you make sure you gotta know that they're a family man, and that's the stakes for them, is that they're a family man. No, I want to know what was actually going on in the battle and what was actually being planned out. But no, I need to spend 20 minutes knowing all these assholes' backstories, and then I have to see them all on green screens in these terrible looking fights. When, again, it's you can't compare a Christopher Nolan film to a Roland Emmerich film. Right. Okay, it's like comparing a Steven Spielberg film to a UV Bowl film. Okay, you can't do it. You can't do it. It's not fair. And obviously the special effects in Dunkirk are not going to be as CGI reliant as Midway. Right. Because, in Dunkirk you've got some ships and you've got a couple of planes, where in Midway you're going to have battle cruisers.
That's what I was saying.
And you're going to have multiple dogfights in the air.
They have to use CGI to do it.
And that's not the problem. That's not my problem. My problem.
But going back to Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
I think the special effects in Pearl Harbor are probably better than this movie.
It's possible. But that movie was still shit.
I'm just talking about the special effects, the battles themselves.
It was wasted on a shitty story, on a really fucking shitty story. But again, this trailer, everything about this trailer looked like shit. Yeah. From what I saw in the trailer, and I've only seen the one trailer, but all I saw was green screen. Yeah. None of the effects look great. Now maybe they're gonna polish it up a little bit. I don't know. Prove me wrong. Just please prove me wrong, because that looked like dog shit.
It was looking like,
and it pissed me off, because something like this deserves respect. Yeah. Show some goddamn respect for history, for fuck's sake. God damn, that looked like trash.
Well, it almost looked like it's supposed to be like in 3D or something.
It looked like a TV movie.
Could you imagine? Midway in 3D.
Oh my god.
Schindler's List in 3D.
Oh my god. You're killing me. Oh.
Any more historical movies we could just throw in 3D?
Oh, fun fact. Toshiro Mifune was in the original Midway.
Oh, shit. Oh, it's already better.
Along with Henry
It's Fonda. Already better just because of that.
Along with Henry Fonda.
Oh, shit. Henry Fonda. So, yeah, that's Midway. So, I don't know. We'll see about that one. Watchmen Season 1, the newest series that Alan Moore hates already. And it hasn't come out yet.
Alan Moore hates something that's been adapted from his work? What?
I know, right?
What?
I know, I'm stunned.
I don't believe
it. Excuse me. Yeah, and here's the thing. We both read the Watchmen graphic novel. And we enjoyed the Watchmen graphic novel. It's a great read. And we enjoyed the movie. Directed by Zack Snyder, and the movie's not.
Zack, don't let him write; just let him direct Snyder.
Yeah, the movie has its flaws and it's not perfect, but it's a visual masterpiece, and it's a movie where I feel that it's underrated now.
I'm going to say, as far as adaptations go, it's not terrible.
No, it's not. It's not. I mean, there was only so much they could do.
Yeah, and I thought the changes they made were sufficient.
Yeah.
And I thought they were necessary. You couldn't have all that subplot with the scientist creating the fake alien. It was too much. The movie was already 2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
I thought they did fine. It's like, that's for a TV show.
Yeah.
To do all that.
But there was tons of social commentary. It kind of parodied superheroes a little bit in its own way. But Rorschach was a fucking badass. And there was a lot of memorable characters. And I feel that movie's very underrated. I think time has not been kind to Watchmen. I think a lot of people has forgotten that film. But now they'll kind of remember it a little bit and get a little bit more buzz. Maybe people will go back and revisit the Watchmen movie because we have a TV series that kind of came out of nowhere. Now here's the thing: when we watched the trailer for season 1, visually it looks fine. This supposedly takes place after the Watchmen film. We don't know how long. Huh?
We know that for sure.
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so, because they're flying around Night Owl's ship.
It's true.
So, it's kind of hard to tell what the show is about.
It's very difficult to tell what
we
the
got
show's about.
Rorschach vigilantes running around.
Yeah.
It looks like there's some police involved, and we have a female police officer who looks like she's going vigilante too in the trailer as well. Some people are, like I said earlier, were flying around Night Owl's ship and they end up crashing it. We really don't know. It looks like there's no order.
Yeah, I'm curious if something happened to where Rorschach's journal, because at the end of the story,
let's talk about your theory.
Well,
the end of the movie.
It's only it's an idea. It's not even a full.
So what
theory.
happened at the end of the Watchmen film?
Well, at the end of the story.
Spoilers.
At the end of the graphic novel and the film. Throughout the whole story, Rorschach, the whole thing, the whole time, it's Rorschach's journal.
Right.
He's writing in his journal what's going on, his ideas, his thoughts, everything that's happening. He's writing it down.
Right.
And before he's killed, he sends off his journal to the media.
Right. Because he knew he was going to die.
Yes, and his whole thing was that no matter what, the truth is always the most important, whether or not it's good or bad. And Ozymandias' plan, obviously, was that humanity was on the verge of nuclear war, which was going to cost the lives of billions. So he decided to create his plan, which was only going to kill a couple of million people, which would then unite humanity.
Which it did.
He created this lie that
Right.
humanity could get behind. Now, obviously, in the graphic novel, it was that humanity was under the impression that aliens were coming to attack.
It was an alien
the
attack.
planet.
Yeah.
And so they all banded together to prepare for the alien invasion and to fight them off. And in the movie, everyone thought that Dr. Manhattan went crazy and was going to kill and created his attack against.
Because Dr. Manhattan was like almost godlike.
Yeah, and so
abilities,
Ozymandias created this multiple massive city strikes in multiple countries that killed millions of people. And so everyone thought, oh shit, it's Dr. Manhattan. And so humanity turned on against him, and they all had a common enemy in Dr. Manhattan, so Dr. Manhattan had to leave. And so Rorschach knew all of this, and his whole thing was that he was going to tell everybody, whether it was good or bad. And everybody was like, Ozymandias...
They need to know the truth.
Yeah, and Manhattan is like, I know this is right. I know this is fucked up, but you can't tell people this because this is stopping humanity from killing themselves.
Right.
So, and obviously Rorschach knows they're in an impasse. Rorschach knows he's not going to not talk, but he knows Dr. Manhattan's not going to stop him. I mean, he's not going to stop him from talking.
Right.
And he's not going to let him live.
Right.
So Rorschach knows Manhattan's going to kill him.
Yeah.
And Manhattan knows that Rorschach's not going to keep quiet.
Right.
So Manhattan kills him, but...
His journal's already been sent
He's already sent it off to the media. And so the final shot is somebody at this newspaper place or this media outlet gets Rorschach's journal, and who knows what happens to it.
Right.
They read it. Who knows where it goes? Who
right.
knows who gets a hold of it? Who knows if they...
It's a good place to start.
If they take it seriously.
It's a good place to start for this show. I mean, the secrets are out, and they're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And it just looks like the vibe I got from the trailer, it looks like just everything is chaos. There's no order. So people are probably pissed off at the government and these Rorschach vigilantes who are kind of wearing his mask. They're going around doing their thing against the government or whatever. So we really don't know. We really don't know what it's about. Now, here's the thing. Are you okay with someone taking the idea and doing what they want with it? Because it's not based off of anything, so they can technically do what they want.
Well, I mean,
as long as it's good and well made.
Here's the thing for me.
Okay.
Again, we're going back to my whole problem with TV shows. Is that on paper, sure, do whatever you want, make it interesting. Look at Westworld. We watched Westworld the film, and we enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah.
We watched the first season of Westworld, and it was very entertaining.
Yeah, it was good.
And now we've heard nothing but dumpster fire from season 2. And I've been so turned off, I don't even want to watch season 2 now.
Yeah.
And now that's how I feel about shows in general.
Right.
It's just like, it's not even worth getting invested anymore.
Right.
So on paper, I'm sure it's interesting.
But I'm just saying, like, you're not offended.
No, because it's like I've got the original source material.
Right.
Do whatever you want. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, I don't have to acknowledge it.
So Alan Moore should not be angry.
Alan Moore is Alan Moore. And he is going to be angry at everything until he's dead. So he's that's just who he is.
He's going to be angry at the coffin they put him in. He's going to be pissed off about that.
No, he's not going to like the way it's lined. I mean, he's not going to like anything. And that's fine. That's his right, isn't it?
That's his baby.
Right. Yeah.
It's his baby.
Fine.
So, fingers crossed for at least a solid story.
I mean,
hopefully it's cool. And someone takes the lore and expands on it, and it actually turns out all right.
I mean, we'll see.
So we'll see. But we're not super excited for it.
No, I mean.
Yeah. Hansel and Gretel. So we saw the trailer for this, starring Beverly from the It remake that came out in 2017, based off of the It miniseries. She's in the film, but visually it looks good. It looks good. I enjoy the cinematography of the film, and it looks very creepy. But the vibe I'm getting from this movie is it doesn't look super duper kiddie. It looks dark. I really hope it stays there. Yeah. I don't know if the movie's rated R. I think that would be great if it was.
Yeah.
But Hansel and Gretel, very simple story. They come across this witch's house. They don't know if she's a witch, and she eats children, so she's fattening them up. Yeah. And then our movie begins, and there's a chase involving and all that stuff. So that's basically what it is. From the trailer, though, it kind of looks like it's very brief, but maybe the town is involved. Maybe they know something. It's very suspicious. But we don't know. We don't know. All I know is that visually it looks very good. It looks dark. And the lead actress,
Alice Krieger,
that played the Borg Queen in Star Trek: First Contact, I think she's gonna kill it as the witch. I think she's gonna kill it. So it looks solid. Hopefully it's a good little movie. I'm just happy it's not like some G-rated Disney bullshit. It looks dark.
Yeah.
So as long as it stays there, I'm all in. Ford versus Ferrari, trailer number 2. We watched that.
Yeah.
And, okay. Me and Lady Phatblood, you love classic cars, like old school, right? From the 50s.
I enjoy looking and admiring, but
yes.
I am not an aficionado by any
Yes, and I'm the same way. I love some cars I'll come across and look at, and I'll drool.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, oh my God, it looks awesome. But yeah, I don't know anything about the technical aspects of it.
Nothing like that.
But this trailer made me want to see this movie.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Great cast, Matt Damon, Christian Bale, and our boy John Bernthal. But we have a rivalry between Ford and versus Ferrari, and we got some white knuckle racing action sequences. Or sequences, and cinematography looks great. This movie looks like $1 million. This is from the director of Logan and The Wolverine and Walk the Line, which is an amazing movie, and it looks like $1 million. So it looks like a lot of fun. It looks like we're gonna have some fun characters. There's some comedy involved, but we have I want the white knuckle. I want the white knuckle, hair raising, on the edge of your seat, watching. Race sequences. I really want to see this in theater. And seeing this movie, I'm going to segue here a little bit later, but seeing the trailer is what I meant for this, the second trailer, made me go back and finally put in a movie that I've had on Blu-ray for years and I have not watched, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later.
That's how we roll.
We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. It's up to us now. I fucked up the lyrics because it's Bad Boys for Life. Bad Boys 3. Bad Boys 3. Now, Bad Boys 1 was a lot of fun. I did not get a chance to see that in theater, but it was a fun little buddy cop film directed by Lady Phatblood's favorite director, Michael Bay. But I remember I didn't get a chance to see the theater. All my buddies liked it, and they said it was a fun movie. And I bought it on later on DVD, and I watched it and I had a lot of fun with it. Cinematography was great. The music was great. The jokes were hit or miss, but the key winning element, and some of the action was fun, but the key winning element for the Bad Boys' success, the franchise's success, is the great chemistry that Will Smith and Martin Lawrence have with each other. That's what sells the movie. They are hilarious together, and they're fun to watch, and that's really the only reason to watch these movies. Now, Bad Boys 2 Bad Boys 2 came out. I saw that in theater, my buddy Mike, and that surprised me. It was a little too long, a little too lengthy, but the action sequences were way better. There was way more action. We had car chase sequences. It was more violent, and it was just way better. They tried to reproduce one of the greatest action movies ever, Jackie Chan's Police Story. They tried to redo a stunt, which happened at the end of the movie, where they're driving down like a hill, crashing through other houses and stuff. And they tried. They tried. They didn't do. It wasn't as as convincing as Jackie Chan's Police Story, but it was a fun movie. Again, some jokes were hit or miss. The rat fucking scene. Did we really need the rat fucking scene?
It's Michael Bay.
It's like, what? They talk about scenes that came the fuck out of nowhere in movies. Like, what? Like, Martin Lawrence is sneaking through the villain's lair trying to get intel, and he comes across two rats fucking.
That's Michael Bay.
And he has to stop and report to Will Smith, Mike Lowry character. He has a report to him that, wow, they fuck like us. They fuck like us.
There you go. That's my
Gabrielle Union was in the film as well. Whatever happened to Gabrielle Union? What happened? She got old?
She was in Sleepless.
Oh, no.
They got tea.
Oh, no. She's in Sleepless. I guess she's still around. But yeah, Bad Boys 2, to me, raised the bar for the franchise. And it was still a little too long, but the shit got real. And it got just way more epic, way more better. He just puts the first movie to shame. And that's why one of the greatest action comedies of all time, Hot Fuzz, they reference Bad Boys 2. Every time Nick Frost is like, hey, you want to watch a movie? Point Break, Bad Boys 2. Hey, you want to come over and watch Bad Boys 2? Because they know. They recognize. So, and there's shots from Bad Boys that they use in Hot Fuzz. The roaming around the camera, They're both standing there like badasses looking, and the camera's, going... rotating around them, yeah. And that's from Bad Boys. So, as much as the flack Michael Bay deserves to get, the Bad Boys are definitely probably one of his better work. So, I'm not really against this third film. I'm fucking... Who cares? We get another Terminator movie out of nowhere. So, fuck it. Why not? So, the trailer looked okay. It looked alright. It looked funny. Again, Will Smith, Martin Lawrence. Chemistry is still there. Martin Lawrence looking chunky. He got the chunky cheeks, man. I heard he lost weight, but for the role, but he still got them chunks and them cheeks. He's still big there. But his character all of a sudden in this movie is all pacifist, and it doesn't look like he wants to kill anyone. And I don't know what's up with that. It's a new character trait. I'm sure by the third act he'll be busting caps. It looks like we have a new team introduced in the trailer that was butchering the Bad Boys theme song, and I was laughing when Will Smith was like, "Don't ever do that again," which was kind of funny. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. As long as it's fun, but I'm not like offended or like, oh God, why? I mean, we just talked about the possibility of Tango and Cash 2 coming out, so why not? So Bad Boys 3 trailer looked okay. Now, the king of all trailers. The king of all trailers that we've seen recently, and I kind of wish we did a trailer reaction video for this. Black Christmas, the original, is definitely one of the best horror movies, Christmas-related, themed horror movies ever. And John Saxon was in that, but Black Christmas was a great movie, great horror movie, very creepy antagonists in that film. Very creepy, very, very creepy villain. And the remake was garbage, but it was still fun. It wasn't a great movie, but there was enough gore and laughs to, you know what, that was entertaining. It wasn't great, but it was entertaining. Now, 2019's Black Christmas, I watched this trailer, and then I told Lady Phatblood about it. And I was stunned. I couldn't believe. I just could not believe what I just watched. Kid you not, listeners out there, friends, family. They basically showed the whole fucking movie in the trailer. Now, trailers have done that before, but this is like they show everything in this trailer. Again, we have the college sorority girls going out partying. One of their friends goes missing, and then our mystery horror slasher movie shenanigans begin. But they reveal, I'm just going to say it right now, fuck it, I'm going to spoil it since the trailer's already out there. They basically reveal that it's not just one slasher killer, creepy killer like in the original. It's a group, you got a group of a cult, basically, of sorority college boys that are basically doing that. And they show all of that, you guys, in the fucking trailer. They show it. I'm like, really? They reveal so much that earlier in the trailer, they introduce Carrie Elwes, that's right, As You Wish, Princess Bride. They show him as Robin in Men in Tights, yeah. They show him as a professor, as a teacher, and by the end of the fucking trailer, he is the leader of the fucking cult! What the fuck? Wow!
That's pretty nice.
Wow!
No point in seeing it. Hey, you just saved us $10.
I couldn't believe it!
You just saved us a rental price.
And then we have, our shot of all our girls getting all badass, and they're fighting back, and that's fine. I don't know about the ho 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 bitch line. I don't know about that, but I was just like, wow. I couldn't believe it. Now, there's been a lot of backlash because of this. I'm not the only one calling this out. So I haven't recently checked, but supposedly the rumor out there right now is they've scrapped that trailer and they re-edited it and uploaded it without spoilers. And I'm like, it's too fucking late.
Yeah.
It's too late. Yeah.
I mean, and that's the problem. You're going to remake a movie. You're going to go to the trouble of remaking a film that's already been remade. And so what do? You change it.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Uh-huh.
If you're going to remake a movie, tweak it.
Yeah, that's fine.
So that there's different elements to it to give people a reason to see it. Okay, fine.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're going to give away everything in the trailer.
Everything. I was stunned.
And this is the internet. You can't just... Oh, it's erased now. Nobody knows about... No, you're an idiot. What are you, 80? You're an idiot. You can't erase things off the internet.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to forget that.
No, I was stunned. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. So, yeah.
Let me guess. This will be released in January. So dumb.
Well, it's a Christmas kind of horror movie, so who knows when this will
anymore.
come out. I know, right?
So dumb.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. So, yeah, Black Christmas can go fuck itself, at least the trailer. And you know what? You know what'd be terrible? What if the movie's actually really good?
Well.
It's like, good job. You fucked it over.
No.
Now, movie review time. We're going to talk about a lot of the films that we recently have watched. Some together and some on our own. But we're going to go through that.
Some we have deep regrets over watching it.
Yes. Go ahead and talk about the first one.
Okay, alright, so...
Just short.
So this one, I want to say I remember seeing this back when I used to be on Facebook, which I am no longer really too much a part of anymore. And I was I was browsing Amazon a couple weeks ago, and I came across this, and I was like, this sounds familiar, and I checked it out, and then you asked me what it was, and then you watched it.
Yeah.
And this came out in 2011, 2012.
It's that old?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I thought it was recent.
No, and it's called The Maker. And it's this little short film about this odd little...
Is it like 5 minutes?
It's like 7 minutes long.
7 minutes, yeah.
It's like this, there's no dialogue.
Right.
It's just classical music. And it's this stop motion short film of this odd little creature that's doing this mad dash, scrambling to create this other creature that's similar to itself but not quite.
Yeah.
And it's trying to figure out how to make it come alive. And it's trying to teach it things and this and that. And it has to do it before the sand and the hourglass runs out.
Right, for time runs out.
And I always thought it was I remember as soon as I started watching it, I was like, oh yeah, I remember seeing this the first time like years ago, and it was so adorable. And you saw it.
Yeah.
You finally saw it.
I got a little sad at the end.
It was
I was like, come on, man. He's
so,
finally got a friend, and now he's gone? Like, that's kind of fucked up, man.
But it was...
It's 7 minutes short, tugging at my heartstrings. What the fuck? That ain't right, man.
Excuse me, but it was one of those shorts that was like, oh yeah, art.
Yeah, art. Great soundtrack, too.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I mean, I can't remember the last time I really watched a short.
Yeah.
That stuck with you.
Yeah.
And that was, The Maker was fun. So if you guys have Amazon Prime, you might be able to find it on YouTube.
It's probably. I mean, if I saw it on Facebook years ago, I'm sure it's still making the right.
But yeah, check out The Maker.
Yeah.
All right, now, crate your features. Crate your features.
You know when you're bored and you make the mistake of perusing the aisles of Target or Walmart or what used to be the now defunct Kmart, and you come across those really cheap 5-packs or 10-packs.
Yeah. And
you're like, you know what? I don't need this $5 in my pocket. I don't need lunch. I think I'm going to buy this piece of shit 5-pack horror flick DVDs. You open it up and you're like, wow, they put 5 movies on one disc. That's incredible.
That's so bad.
You know what? Can I just offer you a suggestion? Buy a goddamn sandwich instead. You'll enjoy eating it and shitting it out later more than watching those fucking movies. So you bought this years ago.
I bought this a while back, yeah.
And you bought it for one movie, which we haven't even gotten to
yet.
Yet.
It's called Chupacabra versus the Alamo.
Yes.
Starring dude from Chips. Punch.
Oh, Eric Estrada.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was enough. Because sometimes we we want to watch a bad movie. We want to watch a B movie. Like we want to be entertained, because once in a while you will get gems. You will be pleasantly surprised. Like when we sat down and go, oh, what's this Miami Connection movie?
Yeah.
And it looked like a bad B movie, and we're like, oh, let's check this martial arts bad B movie out. And it's like one of the best B movies we've ever seen in our lives.
Yeah.
We have a poster now of Miami Connection.
Yeah.
Hanging on our wall. Yeah. Who knows if we'll review that movie one day. But yeah, so when you dive into the shit, once in a while you'll come out with a diamond. Unfortunately, this was not the case.
I suspect none of these 5 movies in this pack we're gonna yield any diamonds.
And what was I saying earlier? Where's our creature features? And now I'm like,
no.
This is where we're at.
So
First up is before we get to CROC, Grizzly Rage was the first one we watched.
Oh my god. Oh.
Grizzly Rage.
Oh.
These are going to be very brief reviews, because these movies in this pack that we got, that I bought, is just wow.
So Grizzly Rage started off as 25 minutes of padding with dumb people that you didn't give a shit about. And then it turned into Off-Screen Deaths, the movie, to CGI, not even CGI, to like GIF blood splatter onto the camera.
Oh, it was terrible.
And then it was just dumb.
Yeah,
and it had one of the greatest endings of all time.
Yeah, so we're gonna get to that. We're gonna spoil this. Fuck the save and spoil.
No, we're gonna save you an hour and 25 minutes of your life.
First of all, don't watch Grizzly Rage. Pass it up. Don't even watch it out of curiosity. But you have a group of friends. I don't know if they're supposed to be high schoolers or if they're college. Who gives a fuck?
I'm guessing college.
Who gives a shit? So they want to go out, drive out, go hiking or camping or whatever the fuck. Go on an adventure.
Doesn't matter.
So being dumb teenagers, they decide to just drive through the do not go this way area sign. Oh, it's a shortcut, bro. It's a shortcut.
As you do when you're young and white and in a horror film.
So they go there and they accidentally run over a cub, a bear cub. They kill the cub, so Mama Grizzly is not happy. So they don't even go try to get help for the cub or anything.
It's already dead.
It's already dead, but they don't go tell anyone. Is what I'm saying.
What are they gonna?
They don't want to get in trouble, right? So the movie it's a lot of nothing happening, and that's one of the worst things you can have for a creature feature is nothing happening.
Well, yeah, like 10 minutes of nothing but driving with bad music.
Horrible music. Yeah. Horrible early 2000s alternative rock.
Yeah.
Garage band garbage.
Yeah.
And just bad acting. 2 of the actors were okay, the leads, but it was just like you're watching the movie, and I was so confused with some scenes. Like, oh, we need water for the vehicle can't move. Oh, I think there's a cabin down there, so they send a friend to go all the way a long time. So we have another fucking song to pad his trip to the cabin. This abandoned cabin. They try to find water. He goes in the cabin. He's looking around the cabin. He doesn't find anything. And then he walks all the way back to the Jeep. We get another fucking song. And nothing happened. Nothing happened. It's like, what are you doing? And it got to the point where at first I was like, this is all stock footage of a random grizzly that they're just throwing in, because you didn't see them on screen together because we have off-screen deaths and shit, right? And then later an actual grizzly showed up. I was like, okay.
I think they rented either Bart the Bear for a day or Bart the Bear's protege or something for like a day or so, but it was not. There was nothing for this.
Yeah.
There was nothing going for this.
So we're just gonna speed through all this because it's not that much to talk about because there's nothing happening. But the car catches on fire. The grizzly's on the vehicle, And so they rig it to where they blow up the vehicle with the bear on it.
Yeah. Well, the bear survives.
So the bear survives an explosion.
Yeah.
Unharmed.
Yeah.
No damage. No, at least the side of the face fucked up. Nothing.
Yeah.
So then if they go from there. The bear chases them back into the same fucking cabin. The female falls onto a bear trap. Her back falls onto a bear trap. And yet she gets up and she's fine. What? Yeah. Why did that happen? Okay.
Yeah.
How did that not fuck her up? But okay, fine. So they end up locking the bear. Here, wait for it.
Very loosely locking the bear in the cabin.
They end up
not even like barely rigging the door lock. Like not even solid. Like not even barricading the door. Like not even a chain. It was just like. It's secure. It's fine. No, it's fine. It's over.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
We're safe.
Even though the bear survived an explosion, they lock it in a cabin and they walk away like everything is great. And I was just like, really? And I know you were like, really? Like, seriously? So at this point, actually throughout the movie, I was rooting for the fucking bear the whole time. Like, just kill these dumbass, stupid motherfuckers. And the bear, this is how the movie ends, guys. The bear comes charging out of he breaks through the door. He comes out. He runs at our two leads that are left. And then the perspective is the leads looking like they fell down and they're looking towards the camera because you're the bear view. And they're screaming like, ah! That's the end. And you want to know what? I cheered. I cheered and clapped because I was like, fuck these characters. Yeah. Fuck this movie. I'm glad the bear won. Yeah. Does anyone remember a movie called The Edge? Starring Alec Baldwin and Anthony Hopkins. If you have not seen The Edge, please go out and watch that movie. That is an underrated film, but it's a survival movie where they have to survive and in the wilderness, as well as face off a man-eating grizzly bear. And it's fucking great. Go watch The Edge.
Or go watch The Great Outdoors.
Yes! Oh! Thank you! Thank you for that. I said, while watching the movie, I said to Lady Phatblood, this is supposed to be a horror movie, crate-ya. And I was more scared from John Candy telling the story of what's his name? The ball-headed killer bear in The Great Outdoors.
I've already forgotten that.
His story of the ball-headed killer bear, John Candy telling his fireplace story to scare his kids, was more scary than the fucking movie Grizzly Rage. Yeah. So avoid that bullshit. Next up, we went to CROC. And it was a CROC.
So we figured out something while we were watching CROC.
Yeah.
It
was better than Grizzly Rage, but it's still garbage.
There is a greater sin because so after we watched Lake Placid, we watched Lake Placid
versus
Anaconda, which was just chock full of god awful made for sci-fi CGI, and made for Sci-Fi Channel CGI is like right up there with Asylum CGI, movie company CGI, where it's terrible to look at, it's ugly, it's just disgusting. But we discovered a greater sin than terrible CGI, and that is stock footage. Stock footage. And CROC had quite a bit of stock footage. It had both. A little bit of CGI.
A little.
But it was mostly stock footage.
Yeah.
It had a couple of baby crocs or alligators or whatever they were, and they were adorable. And they made noises, which you were getting a kick out of.
I was like, do they really sound like that in real life?
Which they were fucking adorable.
They sound like lasers.
And I wanted to just like noogie their little heads and rub their bellies because they were so cute.
Yeah. Elephants playing basketball.
That too.
I was getting a kick out of that.
But aside from that, stock footage is just like...
It's the worst.
It's so lazy.
It's worse than bad CGI.
Yeah. Yeah, CROC, it was a more competent movie than Grizzly Rage.
Yeah. You got a guy who runs a zoo, an animal, zoo.
Yeah, they're in, I don't remember what country they're in, but yeah.
And you have the evil
whatever
corporation
that wants his land.
Yeah, they want his land. So they frame him.
Yeah.
And they release some of the CROCs. But what they don't know is that there's a huge, gigantic, was it African CROC or something like that? Something like that.
Yeah.
That's come over.
Rage.
Yeah.
Michael Madsen's in the movie.
Yeah.
he's
Michael Madsen is there collecting his paycheck. And he's fine. He's as much as Michael Madsen.
Better than what he was in Blood Rain.
That's true. That is true. He is better. But yeah, not even semi-decent stock footage. Every single stock footage shot they used, it was like, are we watching another movie? Like, what are we watching? Like, are we watching a document? Is this National Geographic?
Yeah.
Like, what are we? It's like, it's so distracting. It's so lazy, like you said.
Yeah.
I was surprised by the end of the movie. But yeah, again, Michael Madsen is the big CROC hunter.
Yeah.
Who's there to help, and they all team up and they fight the CROC, and that's the end of the movie.
Oh yeah, Robert Englund was in it too.
Robert Englund.
Oh, or was he in Anaconda? Wasn't Robert Englund in that one?
Robert Englund is in a movie we'll talk about a little bit later.
Oh shit, which one was that?
We're gonna get to it.
What was it? Was it another one?
It's towards the end.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you're mixing up your CROC movies.
How many CROC movies did we watch? Oh my god, how many CROC movies did we watch?
So.
Oh wow. Damn.
You'll know what it is when we get there.
Oh damn,
yeah.
That's bad. Wow.
But anyway, I was actually surprised by the end of the movie. We actually had an actual practical effect CROC showed up. And they shot holes in it. They blew it up with a machine gun.
No, I'm not thinking of when he was young. I'm thinking of him when his wooden leg.
Oh no, that was Anaconda.
Okay.
That was Lake Placid versus Anaconda.
That was Lake Placid versus Anaconda. Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, with Wishblade chick.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yancey Butler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he survived.
Yeah, he survived again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about the other movie.
No.
We're going to talk about later.
No, I was talking about the one where he had the wooden leg.
Right, he had the peg leg. Yeah.
Oh my god. Wow.
Also there collecting his paycheck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, we watched 3 ridiculous CROC movies and
and more.
Oh my god.
So yeah, there's some effects. The practical effects finally showed up at the end, and they end up killing the CROC. And that's pretty much the end of the movie. And he gets the girl and blah 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 blah.
Well, yeah, they were already together, but then there was this whole stupid thing because their CROCs were let out, and the killer CROC killed the girl's cousin, and so the family got mad at him because they thought it was his CROC that did it, and so she wasn't talking to him for a while. But then they realized it wasn't his CROC, and so she got back with him. It was like, why do we care about any of this?
Yeah.
We don't care.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Still a bad film,
yeah.
But definitely better than Grizzly Rage.
Yeah.
Because at least something was kind of happening to move the story along.
Yeah.
CROC! All right, next up, keeping our creature going here. Dark Was the Night, starring your boy, Kevin Durand.
We're not even going to talk about Maneater.
Oh my god, I forgot! But how accurate is that?
I don't, what?
It's one of the most forgettable movies ever.
I don't, it's boring. Next.
I'll briefly mention this. You have a movie called Maneater, and starring Gary Busey. So you got Gary Busey versus this killer tiger.
Yeah.
Come on. This is gold, right? This should be gold, right? Crazy Gary Busey. But no, they decided to have Gary Busey play one of the most boring, normal sheriffs in this small town. And it was like, you have Gary Busey. He should be insane. Yeah. It's so boring. Boring.
Yeah.
Was Maneater worse than Grizzly Rage. I think it's worse.
Maybe.
I think it's worse. Man, Maneater's so bad because, yeah, again, nothing was happening.
I don't even remember the kills, to be honest.
No, they were kind of off. It was the same shit. Yeah. Off camera, somebody dragging the body somewhere, and it's supposed to be the tiger. And we have this stupid plot where there's this bond between the small boy and the tiger. And for some reason, the tiger would not kill the boy,
so stupid.
But he would kill everyone else. It made no sense. And then we had this super British guy, Hunter, who was the whole movie he was talking shit. I have all this experience, and he looked at the boy. He's like, "Oh, you have qualities as well. If you can sense the tiger, and you must be like me." He he he. And then at the end of the movie, he did nothing. Yeah. He did absolutely nothing, and I'm like, "Really? You're talking all this shit the whole movie, and you did nothing." I don't even remember how the tiger died. Nah. I don't even remember the ending. I don't even remember the fucking movie.
Not even worth mentioning.
It's terrible. So yeah. So again. Stay away, far away from Maneater. Holy shit. It was right here in my notes. Right here in my notes, and it's that forgettable. I'm looking right at it.
Your subconscious is like, nope.
Yeah, so Maneater is trash. But a movie that was a little bit better, unfortunately. God damn it, the last 5 minutes fucked it up. And it was a film called Dark Was the Night, again starring your boy, Kevin Durand. And it was a solid movie. It was a low-budget film, you could tell. But it was a very solid story. The acting performances were fine. It was a competent movie. It was nicely shot. There was some suspense building because people in the town were disappearing, and bodies were showing up, people were getting fucked up, and nobody knew what really was going on. And then you find out later that it was an old, the myth come to life of the Wendigo myth. And then you find out later that basically because of construction in the forest, deforestation, it's driving the Wendigo down.
Right.
And now the Wendigo's like, okay, now this is my new territory, and I'm gonna stake claim here and kill some people. But you had some moment of legitimate suspense, and it was fine. I
didn't get to see this whole thing.
Yeah.
I came in at the last maybe 45
the third act
minutes.
Yeah.
And what I saw was fine.
It was fine.
It was fine.
Yeah.
And then...
oh, man, what the fuck?
And then they made a huge mistake.
I couldn't believe this. So the whole movie, there's been no CGI. When you see any type of kills, they had the practical effects of the arms of the monster. You see the feet of the monster walking around or chasing people. And so the end of the movie, the finale is Kevin Durand, who plays the sheriff, and his partner have everybody in a church downstairs, and they're defending them and shooting it and fighting it, and it's all probably a guy in a suit, but you don't really see it. It's shot in a dark, location. The lights are out, so the movie did what it's supposed to do when it has a really low budget. You don't have the effects, and it worked for me. It worked. It was fine, and they're fighting this beast, and then they kill the beast, and then... no, before they kill the beast, everything's fine. And right at the end, the beast finally reveals itself. And it's god-awful. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, you finally see the guy in the goofy suit, and he doesn't look right.
It would have been better.
If
you'd seen a guy in a goofy suit.
Because they just said, oh, we're just going to grab this horribly rendered, bad piece of shit CGI monster from the Sci-Fi Channel, and we're just gonna take it out and throw it at the end of our movie.
Yeah, and the other problem with the whole design of it was that they kept mentioning that it was this product of evolution,
right?
And how it should have been some kind of nature-based creature that had evolved and nobody had ever seen it before.
Yeah.
in that respect, that type of logic, it should have looked like something from nature.
Right.
Something. It should have had some kind of natural attribute. It should have had some kind of animalistic look to it. And instead, it looked like a messy, blobby alien.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It looked awful.
Yeah.
It was ugly.
It was like a joke. Like, is this a joke?
It looked...
Like, is this real?
It was so hideous. It was embarrassing. And it ruined what was a perfectly legitimate, respectable, low-budget sci-fi.
Yeah.
Not even really sci-fi. It was more like a...
Yeah, it was a creature feature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
a monster film.
Totally destroyed everything
that
the movie had built up to.
Oh, man. And so they finally reveal it, and we were just like, no movie.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And so they kill it, it dies, and then you think everything's fine, and then you have that last shot, and Kevin Durant turns around, and then, there wasn't just one Wendigo. There's 100 of them, and then you see them coming across the whole town, and that's the end of the movie. And
the obligatory one facing the camera.
Yeah, again,
like stupid.
Same bad CGI design for all the Wendigos.
Yeah,
and it was just like, God damn it.
Yeah,
they fucked it up.
Yeah.
So I don't know, if you're curious, check out Dark Was the Night. Definitely over the other movies we just watched.
Yeah.
Or just mentioned. But yeah.
Just try to overlook the terrible, unfortunate CGI.
Yeah. All right, the next movie I came across, and I was like, this is kind of fun. There's a movie called Eat Locals. It's a recent film, and the cast blew me away. I didn't really know who was in the film. I just quickly clicked on it. But you have Charlie Cox in the movie. Your girl from Doctor Who. What's her name?
Which one?
The black actress. What's her name?
I don't.
What was her character's name?
Her character's name was Martha.
Martha on the Doctor Who. She was the sidekick during the David Tennant era. And who else was in the movie? Oh man, I'm horrible with these names. He was also on Doctor Who. He played Vincent Van Gogh. I forgot his name.
Either,
God dang it! He was on the Punisher. Oh no, the Daredevil season 3. Yeah.
Season 2.
Oh, season 2. Sorry, yeah, he was on that. But yeah, a lot of pretty good cast in this film. A fun little movie. It was a nice little slice of horror comedy. But you have like this small little farm area, and you have the vampires meet. They're all vampires, and they meet here to discuss the future of their endeavors. And each vampire is like in charge of their own district. And there's some rules that have been broken. The rules have been broken, and they end up killing one of their own. And they try to bring in a new guy. They try to initiate a new bloke, and this young knucklehead. And it doesn't really go that well. But during all of this shenanigans, vampire hunters sent by the military show up. And they basically attack them, and we have our movie. We have our little horror comedy thing. So overall, Eat Locals was a fun little movie. I recommend you guys check it out. There is a sequel planned, I hope, called Eat Globals or something like that. Eat Global, I think that's what it's called. I don't want to ruin too much of the film. You guys can enjoy it, but there's some decent action here and there, and there's some legitimately funny moments here and there. But there was something about the movie that kept it from being great. It was like it was in the middle. Like it wasn't funny enough, and it wasn't scary enough. It didn't have that much action for it to be an action movie. It was kind of in the middle, But you do get old lady vampire, super old senior citizen old lady vampire who comes out in a walker, and then she pulls out a big huge machine gun and and double stabs a guy in the neck with knives. So you get fun moments, but I don't know. It could have been better, right. But it's still fun. So check out Eat Locals. Now we go from a semi-decent, fun vampire film to now a really bad vampire movie, which also stars a werewolf.
Which makes us question our life choices and why we watch what we watch sometimes.
But it's called Wolvesbayne.
Possibly one of the reasons why we decided to stop fucking around and watch some good movies this week.
Yeah, probably. Wolvesbayne.
This was one of our 5-minute challenges.
Yes.
Sometimes we'll come across really shitty movies on one of our streaming services, and it looks so awful that we'll be like, okay, 5 minutes. Let's give it 5 minutes and see if we can hang. And the trailer looked terrible because it looked worse than what it actually ended up looking like on when you actually watch the film. And it starred Mark Dacascos, but
who's the best part of the film?
Because he's hamming it up like a ridiculous person.
He knows he's in shit,
yeah.
And his acting's over the top.
Now, here's the thing: the movie's terrible.
Yeah, it's not good. But what did I say? Remember what I said? I said I can see somebody had good ideas.
Yeah.
You know, this guy gets bit by a werewolf. He's a douchebag. He's a rich douchebag.
Yeah.
He gets bit by a werewolf. He slowly becomes a werewolf. He comes across this female vampire hunter who's a werewolf herself, but she knows how to control it for the greater good. And she kind of trains him. And then we have a bootleg Van Helsing and another random vampire hunter chick. And they all team up to fight the vampires, led by Yancy Butler. Again returns in B-movie form as the evil queen, whatever. Back in the old days...
it was Bathory, wasn't it?
Is that who she was?
Was that what they ended up calling her?
Oh, wow. I don't even remember. But I guess she was too powerful. Yeah, and she wasn't following the rules.
And the other vampires turn on her because it seemed like it was one of those things where
she's trying to rule the world, and they're like, no.
They don't want it. They don't want to draw that much attention to them.
Right.
They want a more copacetic thing where...
Kind of like Eat Locals. Yeah. That's why they were having the meeting. Yeah. Because somebody was overeating and overfeeding. Yeah. But, so Mark Dacascos resurrects her for some reason.
And we need a plot for our movie.
And...
So.
Like I said, like somebody was like, hey, we're going to have like shootouts and we're going to have some Matrix shit and some badass werewolf versus vampire fight. Mark Dacascos is going to have a katana sword. He's going to whip that out and do some cool martial arts.
We're going to have this league of vampire hunters and they're going to team up with these werewolves, but you can't really trust them. And
yeah, like on paper, somebody had a lot of good ideas. It was just executed horribly
with zero budget.
Yeah,
and it was.
We've seen worse. It's definitely better than all those other creature features that we just mentioned earlier. It's definitely way better than that. Like
in better hands with a better budget. Like
it could have worked.
It could have been a lot of fun.
It could have worked.
Instead, it was just like a waste of an hour and 20 minutes of our lives. So.
Yeah. So we have our big throwdown at the end.
Which made no sense. It was very confusing.
And because I'm watching the action throughout the movie, and the lighting. What the fuck? The lighting.
Yeah.
It was like the movie it was so dark. There was parts where they were filming in these buildings, and it was so dark, like really dark inside, that we came to the conclusion that they just did not want to show where they were filming at, because there was no reason for those rooms and those buildings and all that to be that dark. It was like, we're in the school cafeteria. We don't want to show that we're filming in the school cafeteria, so just turn on the lights and just have one light shine over there for our main person. Like, it was bad.
Yeah.
But the way the action was shot throughout the movie, and I was just like, I called it. I called it, and I was right. Holy shit, was I right? I called it. I said, this throwdown finale fight is going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess. And they just some random character, was it the director? I don't know. Some random character just showed up and was talking in the rain, and they was like, dude, we can't hear what he's fucking saying, movie. Like, he's talking in the rain to our lead, our heroes, and he can't hear him. It's like, dude, get the mic over there. Like, what's going on? Like, who is this character? We still don't know who this character was. Yeah. So he ends up joining them for the fight at the end. But that end finale fight and that theater, whatever the fuck they were,
Yeah.
was garbage. It was edited to shit. It was so bad. It was so bad that we were like, who the fuck is this other werewolf? We were like, who is this other werewolf?
Yeah.
Because we're supposed to be following our lead character, the douchebag, who's now not a douchebag anymore, who now knows how to control him being a lichen. And it's edited so bad because you see a guy with werewolf facial hair on. He has the werewolf makeup. And then all of a sudden it cuts back to our actor. And then it cuts back to this dude. And it cuts back to... It was so bad. It felt like it was like two people. Like, what is happening? But it was supposed to be the same character. So it's like, we could put werewolf facial hair on the stunt double of the actor, but not the actor? It was so bad. It was so bad. So, yeah. And then they sequel baited the fucking movie, too. I was like, really? Really?
Wolvesbayne, don't. Just don't.
Yeah.
Just go home. You tried. Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to move on from that. But, yeah, interesting ideas. It could have been a lot of fun in better hands, but... Woo! Yeah, it's pretty bad. Next up is a movie I never heard of. And it intrigued me. It was on Netflix. It's a movie starring James Caan and Christopher Lambert from Highlander fame. It's a movie called Northstar. Never seen anything on it. Never heard anything on it. And when you leave it on the thumbnail on Netflix, you know, the movie starts to play a little bit. And the cinematography looked good. Like, it looked like a real legit movie for Christopher. Like, it didn't look like some of the low-budget straight-to-video movies that he stars in sometimes. And I was like, dude, this kind of looks like kind of a big-budget Western. Like, what is this? I've never seen this. And I wish I never watched it.
Oh, no.
I wish I never watched it.
Oh.
I am stunned. I am stunned with Northstar. Not Fist of the Northstar. That's my shit. But I'm stunned with the Northstar. I am really stunned. So you have Christopher Lambert, who's a half-breed, of course. So he's half Native American. And he was raised up with a Native American family. I forgot the name of the tribe, but he's raised up with them. And they're in the place where they live, the cave that they live in, has gold in the walls. So James Caan and he's kind of taken over the whole area, and that's the only area he doesn't have control over. So he sends his goons down there, led by Paulie from the Rocky movies. What's his name?
I don't remember.
God damn it. I can't remember his name right now. Who was kind of oddly casted as the heavy, like the heavy's bodyguard. Like, Paulie? It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
He was okay in the movie. Sometimes he worked. Sometimes it was kind of like, are you awake? But he almost played Paulie. He almost played like the same character. Like, he was a drunk. And we even have a scene where James Caan comes in there and starts slapping him and calls him a bum.
Oh.
I'm like, okay, I mean, maybe this is why he was casted. I don't know. So to make a long story short, they want to take over, and Christopher Lambert, they think they kill him earlier in the movie. They think they shot him, right? So from then on, I'm still interested. I'm still invested to see what's going to happen. And you get these cinematography, these sweeping shots of the town and everything, and it looks like it's got some budget. Like, we're showing off here. And I was like, wow, Christopher Lambert's in a real movie. Right? I'm watching this.
Yeah.
And I'm watching this, and then, he's telling his Native American family, he's letting them know, I'm going to go in the town, and then I'm gonna find out who's trying to kill me, and I'm going to get more information and see what they want to do to us. And obviously they're there for the gold, but I want more information, right? And the family's begging him, don't go into town. Don't do it. They're trying to kill you. Don't you know that? Don't go into town. And he goes, ha, 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 but they think I'm dead. So I'm like, woo-hoo-hoo. get some stealth kill attacks. They show Christopher Lambert with this big ass knife. And I'm like, we gonna get some Rambo shit. We gonna get some stealth, ninja kills. He's gonna fuck with these dudes because they think he's dead. Here we go. He gets found out as soon as he arrives into town.
Oh.
I couldn't believe it. As soon as he gets into town, the first criminal guy goes, "Oh, it's the guy!" I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. So, he tries to barter with James Caan with a knife to his throat. He barters with him. He's like, leave us alone, and we're not going to give you the gold, and blah, 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 blah. I know what you're doing. You're killing off all these other land settlers, and you don't want them taken over, and blah, 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 blah. Keep in mind, James Caan's big, huge racist against Indians and Native Americans. He hates foreigners and all that, right?
He hates foreigners.
What?
Sorry.
Oh.
It just sounds funny.
You just get off, if you're not from America, you don't deserve land here.
Even though they're Indian, they're Native Americans.
Huh?
Even though they're Native Americans.
Who?
The Native Americans.
That's just his character.
Irony!
Yeah, I know. That's just his character. That's funny. It's funny if you think about it like that, yeah. But it doesn't work out. They get into a brawl, and Christopher Lambert ends up taking James Caan's girl hostage. And I have not seen this actress in anything else but Braveheart. She played Mel Gibson's wife in Braveheart. And she was in this movie. I was like, oh my God. I was like,
bizarre.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in anything else. So he takes her hostage. They take care of her, and she's whiny and whatever. Just, I don't care. I don't care what's happening right now. But I'm still like, okay, let's see where this goes, right? So now James Caan and his crew are looking for them, right? So over time, they don't fall in love, but over time, he starts to tell his story and what James Caan's been doing this whole time, and that James Caan killed his relatives already. And she doesn't know if she should believe him or not because James Caan's her man. And, but she's kind of warming up to Christopher Lambert a little bit. And then we have this scene where they're in a cabin, he's taking care of her. And then James Caan's men show up, big shootout. She runs out there. Christopher Lambert escapes with his dog. Or wolf, pet wolf or whatever. And James Caan sees how she's dressed. So because she had a fancy dress on when he took her, but now she's all like taken care of and wearing Native American type clothing and all that. And James Caan just like acting is over the top. He's very over the top in this movie. He's bug-eyed. What are you wearing? What are you wearing? You're with him, aren't you? You love him, don't you? You whore. You slut. Like, he's just like, I'm like, oh my God. Like, where did this come from, right?
Yeah.
But it woke me up at least. I wasn't bored. I wasn't bored anymore, right?
Right.
I wasn't looking like fucking Burt Ward. Wow, Burt Ward? Burt Ward! Did you guys know Robin was in this movie? Burt Young. That's Paulie's name. Okay. Sorry. Gee willikers. Mr. James Caan? Holy moly. Anyway, holy rusted metal, Batman. Anyway, Burt Young. Yeah. So anyway, she runs away from him and, whatever. And now she's on her own. So soldiers show up to declare martial law in the town because of James Caan's dealings, right? So they're out there trying to find them too. They bring James Caan, him and his men back because they need to be talking to because of all these murders. And so they pick up the girl and they take her back into town, whatever, right? So keep in mind, he has a Native American guide, a tracker, James Caan does, with his crew to help them find Christopher Lambert. So Christopher Lambert leads them back to this mountain kind of cave area. And at this point, only James Caan. Oh, rewind. Before they get to the mountain cave, we have this scene. came the fuck out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere. It wasn't even necessary. It brought nothing to the movie. And it was just like, why? What the fuck did that come from? So you have a scene where James Caan's sitting down like this, bug-eyed, looking at the fireplace, right? I mean, the fire, right? He's looking at the fire.
For the record, I really wish you guys could see Phat Samurai Guy's face as he's doing James Caan. It's all been gold. I'm sorry you had to miss out on that.
So he's just sitting there like this. And out of nowhere, the Indian guy that they have comes up and he goes, "You know, don't you? You know, don't you? You never really needed me here anyway. You're one of us." So then James Caan gets super bug-eyed, stands up and turns around, and he starts walking towards him, bug-eyed. And then he goes, "Don't worry, your secret's safe with me that you're half-breed, just like him. You're one of us. You're us." And so James Caan just walks up to him and just stabs him and kills him, and then that guy's dead. This brought nothing to the story, and it's never referenced again.
So he's half native.
But he's really racist and shit, yeah.
But it doesn't come back later.
Nope.
It was just there.
It came out of nowhere.
Okay.
No, out of nowhere, yeah.
Okay.
Right. So, we get to the scene where it's him and Burt Young chase Christopher Lambert into this mountain cave thing, whatever. An hour and 20... I timed it. Well, I checked the time. An hour... I think there was another guy. There was maybe two other people there. An hour and 25 goes by. 25 minutes. And Christopher Lambert finally kills somebody. What the fuck? What the fuck? Keep in mind, the beginning of the movie... They already think I'm dead. Setting up something that could be interesting. Showing off his big, huge knife, right? Showing off that he has these skills, right? Nothing. Doesn't use a gun. Doesn't shoot anyone. I think he threw one punch. And after an hour and 25 goes by, he finally stabs someone with the fucking knife. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, really? And then him and Burt Young get into this scrap. And then, hilariously, it looked fucking hilarious. I was just laughing my ass off. There's like a statue inside the mountain, right? And then out of nowhere, the statue falls forward like this. And James Caan is behind it going, like, buck-eyed. Because he pushes the statue over, which causes, when they're tangled up in, not rope, but vines, which is linked to the statue. So the statue falls down, it falls out of the mountain, dragging Christopher Lambert and Burt Young out of the mountain and into the water, into the ice water, right? But the way it looked, I was laughing my ass off because it came out of nowhere, just poof, and he's just standing there like, it's ridiculous. So he ends up killing Burt Young in the water. He survives. And then that's it. That is it. There's no finale fight between Lambert and James Caan. There's no last man standing gun duel. There's no knife battle. Between two half-breeds, you set up that shit. Right?
Yeah. You
set up that shit. Maybe we can have a knife battle here. Right? Nope, nothing. James Caan goes back to town. He's like, has a big meeting with the town. This is what because he kind of runs the town a little bit. And he goes, I have these plans and I have this and we should be all good and the future is ours and fuck the foreigners and let's stay racist together. And then all of a sudden you see the chick from Braveheart show up and she's standing there and she points. And you see the soldiers coming in to arrest James Caan because they found out, the shady stuff he was doing and the murders he caused. And that's the end of the fucking movie.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. I was like, wow. What was the point of this fucking movie?
So what happened to Christopher Lambert?
What? Huh?
What happened to Christopher
He ends up showing up at the end. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I forgot. I tuned out. I checked out at that point. But he's James Caan. They go to take him to prison that's there. You know, the jail cell that's there. He uses his half Native American skills to escape, and he kills the 2 guards. And he goes straight to the girl's room to kill his ex-girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And then finally, Lambert shows up out of nowhere and stabs him in the back.
Oh.
And then he turns around and goes, and then walks away.
Sorry.
Yeah, so
Oh,
Northstar.
no.
I don't know who this movie was for.
Oh, dear.
Like, I don't even see Western fans liking this movie.
Oh, dear.
And you have fucking Christopher Lambert. He should have been killing all of these James Caan dudes. Freaking him. Can you imagine how cool that would have been? James Caan just like, what is happening? My men keep dropping, they're dropping like flies around here. What the fuck's going on? And maybe a legend gets started, rumors in the town, you know, about Christopher Lambert. Maybe it's his spirit coming for revenge. You know, he could have done anything.
Yeah.
And we did nothing. An hour and 25 went by until he finally did fucking something.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't understand. Like, this movie looks great.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what the fuck happened? So, Northstar, listeners, stay away. Stay away from that waste of time. That's pretty sad. I'd rather watch fucking Fortress. So... I'm not really bashing Fortress, but you get what I'm trying to say here. All right, so back to... before I get to my segue, go ahead and talk about Whiplash. Now we're on the good movies.
Oh, yeah.
We're on the good movies now, because we went through a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah. So, So we're having a bad movie guilt this week. And... This was one of 3 movies that I decided to just watch randomly after work. And I was just going through the wallet, and I was like, you know what? I haven't seen this, so fuck it. Why not? And, I get it. I get the accolades, and I get the acclaim and all that.
I have not seen it yet.
Yeah,
listeners out there, I will remedy this.
I don't really want to get too much into it, just because you haven't seen it.
Okay.
But
your thoughts on it, though?
No, I liked it. It was a little hard to watch sometimes because it's pretty brutal.
Like, oh, really?
Like what J.K. Simmons, his character.
Yeah.
He's terrible.
Oh.
He's
Well, I saw that one scene where he was like slapping the shit out of Miles Teller, man, because he kept fucking up the drum drill.
Yeah, Miles Teller's character. He's
I was like, whoa.
He's this kid. He's kind of an outcast. Like he enrolls in this school. He's in this school to be specific. He's there to be a drummer. He wants to be a drummer. Okay. It's set up that he wants to be like the best. And he's in this regular drum class, but it's set up that J.K. Simmons' character has this other class that's known to be like the best in the school, and he wants to. The first scene is him kind of auditioning for J.K. Simmons, but you know his character, he's not impressed, and he just kind of walks out on him, and. But then he comes back because, you know, or does he see something in him or is he fucking with him? You don't really know.
Right.
And the whole thing is like in J.K. Simmons' character's mind, he wants to just push whoever is in front of him to be as great as they possibly can be. Right. But Miles Teller's character at one point questions him, but is there a line? Like, are you... with your methods, are you like stopping somebody, you know, from being the best they can be? Are you discouraging them? Right. You know, but J.K. Simmons' character is like, well, then they aren't worthy of it. You know, they aren't worthy of being the best they can be if they're going to be discouraged. So, in his mind, he's doing the right thing. you know, he's not a terrible person. He's just pushing them to their creative best and all that. So.
Yeah.
And at some points, you know, Miles Teller's character, he is starting to become kind of a I don't want to say like a douche and a terrible person, but you see shades of his obsession bleeding through, and you can see that he has the potential to be kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
If he becomes as obsessive as, you know how obsession can push you in a certain direction.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you become consumed with something, if you let yourself be consumed with something, you can become somebody that will push everybody you love away, and your ego can take over, and you will see yourself as other, you know, especially when you're an outcast and you may have talent and you see yourself outside. Like, in his case, he is this musician, but he has no respect. He has no respect from his family. He has no respect from his friends. He doesn't really have a whole lot of friends. And there's this really awkward scene at a dinner table with his dad and friends of the family and all that. And I don't want to get into it again because it's just like some things are just really uncomfortable. But
but powerful movie.
It's a good movie.
How was the music?
I love the music. It's
all like jazz based, right?
Yeah, it's all jazz.
You gonna get the soundtrack?
I might.
Yeah,
I might.
Well, I'm next in line to watch this. I've heard nothing but great things, and you know, better late than never, right?
Yeah, the ending. When you see it, I want to talk to you about the ending.
Okay.
Because just your thoughts.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
But I have things I want to say about the ending, and I can't. So.
Yeah. We'll talk about it, and maybe be on the next podcast. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ending of Whiplash.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. I got to check that out definitely. Now back to the segue of Ford versus Ferrari. After watching the second trailer, I got excited, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch this fucking movie right now. Damn it! I had this movie for 35 years on Blu-ray. I need to watch this movie. Mm-hmm. And it's not like I avoided it.
Yeah.
I heard good things about it. I heard it was a good movie. I blind bought it and just went in the wallet. It just kind of stayed there. But it made me go back and watch Rush, starring Chris Hemsworth. And it's based on a real-life feud between two Formula One drivers. And Niki Lauda and James Hunt was their names. And what a great movie. This was directed by Ron Howard, and it was a fantastic movie. I now feel like first I get it. Critically, I get what everyone else saw. Mm. But now it's like I feel like no one talks about this movie anymore. Like I don't hear anyone talk about this film. Like I feel like it's lost, another lost movie. Like it's just, you know. But it's a great movie, guys. If you have not seen Rush, go watch it. You have two. What I found interesting about the film was you have this big rivalry between two badass race car drivers. Two totally different personalities. But what was interesting about the movie was they showed the gray. There's some things you're going to like about James Hunt, and there's some things you're gonna like about Niki Lauda, and then there's there's negatives to Niki. You know, he does some shady shit, but then there's some negatives to James. It's like, oh, well, that was kind of fucked up. Mm. But it shows the gray. It's not like we have the evil driver here, and we have the heroic driver. It's not that. It's real life. Yeah. It's real life. Olivia Wilde is in the film as well. But just great movie, great acting, great performances. I'm not going to ruin it for you. Make sure you guys... I'm not going to spoil it. Make sure you guys watch it, but... beautifully filmed race sequences, white knuckle, on the edge of your seat shit, good shit, great sound, and just a great biopic, man. Like it's been a long time since I watched a biopic this entertaining, so definitely check out Rush. Good shit. Now, Okkos Inn.
Yeah, so you blind bought this for me.
Because I love you.
You goofy ass.
Because I love you.
Because you goofy. Yeah, you bought this for me recently, and I actually didn't wait 5 years to watch it. What?
I know.
Yeah. So,
This is an anime.
yeah.
Anime is it based off of anything?
I wouldn't know.
TV show?
No, I don't think it's based off a TV
So
show.
it's just a film.
I don't know if it's based off of anything in particular, but it's adorable. It's it starts off with this girl. She's with her parents, and they're at this this shrine, and they're doing this yearly dance. And she's not into it. She doesn't care. And the parents are like, all, we love to see you, Okkos. We'd love to see you up there dance one day. And she's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Can we go home now? And so they're like, oh, you're not into it. She's like, I just want to go home, beat the traffic. And they're like, okay. So they're driving on the way home, and they're talking about why the dance means so much and this and that. And during the conversation, this semi jumps the guardrail and right into oncoming traffic. And
oh shit!
There's this accident and parents killed.
What?
And
wow.
So she.
I was not expecting you to say that, but go ahead.
Yeah, so she has to go live with her grandmother at the inn,
Okay.
and meanwhile she starts seeing these spirits. There's this one spirit of this boy, this young boy, and then she sees the boy initially in the accident, but she doesn't know what actually happened. But when the accident first happens, she finds herself on top of the car, and it turns out that he pulled her from the car and saved her from the accident initially. That's why she survived.
Oh.
But he turns out to be the spirit of this kid that knew her grandmother when her grandmother was little, like her age. And her grandmother and him were really close when they were little, and her grandmother always wondered what happened to him, but she moved away when she was still young, and he ended up dying when he was little, and he stuck around as a spirit. And there's this other spirit that hangs around, and you find out that she's this older sister of this other young girl. She's kind of like this stuck up. She's bitchy at first, but she's just really high maintenance. But it's because she has this other rival inn, but they're like a high upper class inn that has nothing but the best of the best.
Right.
And she looks down at Okkos' grandmother's inn because they're very rural, very like basic, like they have their hot springs, but they're like, they're more naturalistic and all that. But she looks down on them because they're not like, high class and all that. But yeah, it's just this really cute story of Okkos learning to deal with the loss of her parents, and the sub story of the spirits eventually learning to kind of deal with their situation, and that they're obviously sticking around for reasons, and eventually they have to learn to let go and kind of like go to heaven, but also they'll be reborn into another lifetime. Whatever.
Yeah.
So it was really cute.
How was the animation?
It was really sweet.
Oh.
It was nice.
Well,
I liked
good.
it. I liked it a lot.
You like it a lot.
I did.
I'm glad you enjoyed that.
I did. Thank you.
Next up.
Oh my god.
The Stuff.
Oh my god.
The Stuff. Directed by Larry Cohen. Rest in peace, Mr. Cohen. But, yeah. A lot of fun. I think it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
Did you have any issues with it, or?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. So, imagine a creature feature, but in this time, it's a dessert.
It's
an alien.
It's shaving cream.
Yeah, it's shaving cream.
Killer shaving cream.
Yeah, it's alien based. It's so some people find it, and they end up making it into a dessert. They don't know what it is, how it's made, but they manufacture it, and now it's the most popular thing going today. It's so popular that people are even showing up at 3 a.m. in the morning with their kids to have, go to like a drive-in or something like that. Just to eat the stuff. It's sold everywhere. It's the stuff. But what they don't know is that, there's other objectives that the ingredients have with us human beings. But our lead actor, I can't remember his name right now, Moriarty, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Was the lead in another Cohen movie that we really enjoyed a lot.
Yeah.
Q, the Winged Serpent.
Yeah.
But with the stuff, he got fired from the FBI, and now he's just freelance investigator, and these other companies that are in competition with the stuff, they want to know either find some shit, we can shut this shit down, or you find out the damn ingredients and give it to us. We'll pay you whatever you want, So he goes and investigates and finds out some shady shit's going down in the town where the stuff originally came from. A lot of the workers have disappeared. But you get some fun, you get introduced to some fun characters. Chocolate Chip Charlie was a very over-the-top character who did martial arts and had furious fighting fists.
That was the one thing I think I had a problem with, his character.
And he just kind of disappeared.
And then he came back, and then, never mind.
He should have been in the movie more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You came up with this interesting, fun character.
Yeah.
And then he's gone.
And him and Moriarty had good chemistry.
Yeah, they had good banter.
Yeah, they were cracking us up. We were laughing.
Yeah, and then he disappears for like the very middle of the film. He's gone for like 50 minutes. And then when he comes back, and then he's gone.
Yeah, then he's gone. Yeah.
Like, okay.
Oh, boo.
All right, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, what a way to go.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But still, it's pointless.
Yeah. We definitely needed more Chocolate Chip Charlie. But it was a fun movie. It's weird, it's odd, but it's fun. It's good weird. But we have our investigator, Moriarty. At this point, it's like, all right, we're gonna shut this shit down. I don't even care about finding ingredients and all this shit, and doing what I got paid to do. He's like, no, we're shutting this shit down. This is fucking alien activity shit. We're shutting it down now. This has gone out of control, because slowly the people that eat it, the more you eat it, you're not yourself anymore.
You become Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah, you become Invasion of the Body Snatchers. But not to reveal too much. It's still a fun movie. I think rewatching it again, the movie kind of fell apart a little bit for me when he meets up with Paul Sorvino. That's when I was like, because he's like this military guy who has his own military sect. He could do whatever he wants. He has his soldiers. He's kind of a little bit of a racist. A little bit. He's a little bit of a, kill all the liberals. But he's little, he said some things about Chocolate Chip Charlie that was kind of fucked up. But his character, Moriarty, goes to him because they need help. Because you don't know who to trust. The police or what, right? So he goes to him, and they basically raid the factory where the stuff is being held, and our finale happens from there. So that's fine. Oh, that's fine. It was just weird, like the scene transition and the pacing around that time. I was kind of like, where are we going?
I noticed that
where are we going now?
Even the score made the movie feel like a comedy. Yeah. Like a weird action comedy.
Was it too big?
It was.
The score was too big?
It was too much. Because the movie kind of starts off like a mystery.
Right.
Like, what's going on? It should have been more tension. It should have been more... I don't know. It just... Maybe
a little bit more horror and less comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you want to make a horror comedy, fine.
Yeah.
But that's not how the movie started out.
Yeah.
Like the movie... I don't know. It just didn't start off the way it ended.
Right.
So maybe you got a point there.
Maybe that's what happened. Because I just like, where are we going now?
Yeah.
Like, what's happening?
Yeah, like you pointed out that shot where Sorvino had that shot with the chick, and he's holding her shoes and she's holding the gun.
Oh, at the end of the movie.
And it's like, what? What? Why? Are we supposed to be laughing? Because that looks hilarious, but why?
I think this
wasn't a comedy at first.
Right.
I know, conceptually, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You've got whipped cream trying to kill people, but you didn't start this off.
Yeah.
You've got body horror, like Cronenberg shit going on sometimes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mix well with horror comedy.
Yeah.
Tonally that doesn't work.
Yeah, so I think tone was off a little, I think, towards the third act, but it's still a fun watch, I think.
Yeah.
But the positives of the film are the effects, though.
Yeah.
There's some really fun visual and practical effects.
There was a lot of effort that went in.
Yeah,
you guys, a little.
Some of it's dated.
Yeah.
But some of it's really legit, like really cool. So, practical effect horror movie lovers will have fun with some of the moments of the stuff. But we definitely, one of the huge positives for me, besides the practical horror effects, was we needed way more of those 80s. The stuff commercials are hilarious.
They were perfect.
They were so accurate how advertising
Yeah.
products were in the 80s, you guys.
Yeah,
you have to see this.
Yeah, that was
It's so bad.
spot on.
People dancing, singing. It was so ridiculous.
Everything had to have a jingle and a song.
Yes.
And,
Yes. It was so like, holy shit, man. We needed at least 2 more of those commercials, but
Yeah.
never enough. Never enough. Never enough. The stuff. Can't get enough of the stuff. But yeah, fun little movie. I definitely recommend you guys check it out for something a little different. Now, Robin Hood, directed by Ridley Scott.
Ridley hit or miss Scott.
Yeah, and
Ridley,
starring
which one's showing up to the director's chair, Scott?
Starring Russell Crowe, is another movie that I have not seen. I know it's been out for many years now. I bought the Blu-ray for really cheap. It was like $5. And I was just curious. I didn't really hear the greatest things on it. But I was like, you know what? I'm curious. I really want to give this a shot. So that's why I bought it for cheap, right? That was like 5 years ago. Or I don't know how much longer it was ago. Right. Now I finally busted out the wallet and popped it in. Okay. So, another movie hurt by pacing. And I would have to say, like Northstar, maybe about an hour and 25 goes by, and then it finally for something to happen, finally it started to feel like a Robin Hood movie. But that first hour, man, I was just like, oh, padding. There were battles. There was action, there was stuff happening, but you didn't care. You didn't care about his merry men. You didn't really care about Robin Hood. They didn't even bother naming Little John until an hour and 45 minutes goes by, and then finally, why did I call you Little John? I was like, oh, I assumed he was Little John, because played again by your boy, Kevin Durand.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How funny.
Yeah, so perfectly casted.
Yeah.
So I assumed he was Little John because he was huge and he fought with a big stick. So I knew that.
Yeah.
But if you don't know anything about Robin Hood, then you're gonna be like, who are these characters?
Yeah.
So what I didn't know at the time was that this was a prequel.
Oh.
This was a prequel to the legend. They were trying to create a story leading up to the legend. And I didn't know that while watching this. That's why I was like, dude, this does not feel like a Robin Hood movie. This feels like Gladiator. Except not as cool. It's just, I mean, there's a lot of positives in the movie. Like, the movie looks great. Cinematography's great. All the acting from everyone is great. Russell Crowe kills it. Kate Blanchett is great as Marion.
Yeah.
Max von Sydow that's my boy right there. That's my grandpa. He's great in the movie. But the cast, though, I mean, you got fucking look at who's Little John, right? Mm-hmm. Look at all the other actors that's in the movie, and you got fucking Prince John, who's the worst ever, played by Oscar Isaacs. Yeah,
really?
And he kills it. He's horrible. He kills it. And
is there a Sheriff of Nottingham?
Yeah, but I didn't recognize who that was.
Of all people.
Yeah, he's probably someone you might know who he is.
Really?
I didn't really recognize him, but Luke Evans opens the door and lets Robin Hood in, and he points and shuts the door, and you don't see Luke Evans anymore. I was like, what?
Really?
I was like, is that Luke Evans? Like, what happened?
Ridley! How dare you?
He was probably no name then.
Ridley Scott! There was your sheriff right there.
Dude, right? Right?
How dare you,
But there was this other character. I don't know if he's in the Robin Hood stories and books and mythos and the lore. I don't know if he was. But there was another big main villain that worked underneath Prince John, played by Mark Strong. So Mark Strong's in this fucking movie, right?
Yeah.
Who also could have been Sheriff of Nottingham as well. But Mark Strong's good. William Hurt is good in the movie as well. It's not Lost in Space William Hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good in the movie. Like, great cast. Great cast. Great actors. No one's phoning it in. Everyone's performances are really good. It's just too long. And I know they were trying to do something different. And I can appreciate that. They were trying to do something different and tell a different type of Robin Hood story. Which I can appreciate, because it's been done to death. You know. Look at the one that the Jamie Foxx and, what's his name, was just made. That fucking bombed, and everyone said that was shit. But it kind of followed the same type of tropes, Robin Hood tropes. So, credit to Ridley Scott for trying to do something different. But it just, not until he got to Nottingham, it slowly started to feel like very little bit, not full on Robin Hood, but once in a while he would rob someone rich. It was little things here and there, but it ended up being this big story of everyone hates Prince John. All the other people in England, they hate Prince John. So they want to kill Prince John. And Mark Strong was doing things in Prince John's name, taxes, murdering, raping, pillaging to the English under Prince John's name. Or King John. Are they Prince John?
Well, it looks like he probably becomes...
Yeah, King John.
Isn't he the prince?
He eventually becomes king.
The dad
buggers off. He eventually becomes king.
Yeah.
But what you find out later is that Mark Strong's actually French. But he's acting like he's English. I think he might have a little bit of English in him, but...
Okay.
And so it's all a ruse, and the French invaders are on their way to attack. So they want this. They don't want England united. So Mark Strong is there to help stir shit up, so that everyone hates everyone basically. And so Robin Hood shows up and basically kind of convinces England to work with King John, and kind of look, everyone fucking hates you. All right. You need to, everyone has requests, right? All these different families, these rich families and stuff, they have their requests of, and the regular normal folk too. Like, they don't want to be oppressed by this king. They don't want to be taxes and all this shit, right? They want their own type of freedom. They'll follow the king. They'll follow him. They'll respect him, but they want their own kind of freedom. So they come up with this list of demands, right? And so King John goes, okay, I will honor, you have my word. I will give in to these demands. I will sign them, but let's fight the French first, right? So they all get together. We had this big war battle at the end. Still doesn't feel like a Robin Hood movie, but at least we have action going on, at least there's some sword battles, I guess. But what was really ridiculous, though, was... And it almost took me out of the finale. It almost took me out of the finale fight was, during all the carnage and shit, Maid Marian shows up in armor.
Oh, dear.
And Kate Blanchett looks ridiculous. And I was like, what is this?
Oh, no.
Now, if they showed Maid Marian had some training, and if they showed that she was a badass earlier in the movie, and that she can handle herself, I'd be kind of okay with it. But
Yeah.
the fact that she just showed up out of nowhere and she's all happy, and it was
Oh no.
it was bad. It was bad, and it almost like you just took me out of me being semi-interested of what's happening here. Yeah. So whatever. Robin Hood kills Mark Strong. Mark Strong dies hilariously because he's Mark Strong. He gets an arrow through the neck and he starts laughing. Yeah. So, not a. It's definitely not. I'll give the movie this. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. It just didn't feel like a Robin Hood movie, but it's a good movie. I can't say it's great. It's definitely worth watching. And it's definitely not as bad as people said it was, man. They trashed this movie when it came out. It's fine. It's just long, but it's a well told story of characters. Just doesn't feel like a Robin Hood movie.
Interesting.
But it turns into Robin Hood right at the end where, I mean, you don't even have Russell Crowe doing badass bow and arrow shit. Come on, he's Robin Hood.
Yeah.
He does one badass arrow shot when he kills Mark Strong, but that's it. And then at the very end, when it's the England comes together to see King John sign their demands, and he burns that shit. Says "fuck you." I'm not signing shit.
Yeah.
So he's been evil since day one.
Yeah.
So it was all a ruse. Oh yeah, sure, I'll give in to your demands and sign this waiver or whatever. Yeah. He's like, oh fuck you. He's out.
Yeah.
And then after that, he burned it. And after that, he's like, I want you to hunt Robin Hood. Then he brings his men together to hunt down Robin Hood and his merry men. And then Robin Hood has no choice but to leave the area he was living in, and then he becomes a full-fledged outlaw. And now we're like, now it's a Robin Hood movie now.
Oh dear.
And that's kind of how the movie ends.
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate the effort of trying to do something different. It was just, and I'm sure it's still better than the Jamie Foxx Robin Hood movie. But I don't know. I don't know if they should have did this route, because obviously it didn't do that well, and we're not getting a sequel.
Yeah.
So that's kind of unfortunate. So,
Oh well.
but I don't feel like I wasted money.
Yeah.
You know, but it's a solid film. Next up, we have a movie that I can't wait to watch. I cannot wait to watch this. Try not to spoil it for me and our listeners.
I can't spoil it for you because
okay.
I can't tell you anything.
But you just watched David Cronenberg, one of our favorite directors, Videodrome, starring James Woods.
Oh my god, this movie was so fucking weird. It was weird. I liked it.
Okay.
That's about all I can say. It's fucking weird.
Is there a way to kind of give our listeners a kind of a plot synopsis without spoiling anything?
It's... I can't say it's the future.
Okay.
But it's kind of like this... It's this timeline where you've got this world where we're just so dependent on media. TV is everywhere. We're overstimulated.
Okay.
We're constantly like...
Sounds like no.
Yeah, it basically is. We've hit a point where you've got James Woods running this tiny TV studio that they're trying to keep afloat. They're trying to set themselves apart from all the other major TV studios. And how does he do that? Well, he distributes, like, his station specializes in, like, softcore pornography and violent programming and just, like, stuff you can't get anywhere else. And that's the type of world you live in now, where you can see anything. And people and the media, you know, some people they're questioning, well, what's real and what isn't now, and if TV is such a part of our lives now, how do we know, how does the brain distinguish what is real? Like, is TV part of our reality now because TV is a stimuli?
Right.
And if it's a stimuli, is it real? How does our brain distinguish that?
Gotcha.
I know. It's,
I kind of got you.
Okay?
Yeah, I got you.
And so he meets this, he's on this talk show, and they're questioning him because he specializes in softcore pornography and violent programming and all that, and he's trying to defend himself by saying, well, people demand it. We run it because people demand it.
Yeah.
People want it, and if it stops them from performing it because it's an outlet so they can see it, then there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing.
Okay.
But then you got Deborah Harry's character, Blondie, who's got her own kinks, who's saying, but we're overstimulated.
Okay.
And, but come to find out, she's got her own thing with pain, so, she can't even talk. But then they end up hooking up, kind of. But, yeah. And then he gets introduced to this thing called Videodrome. And that's about all I can say.
Okay, without spoiling it.
Because after that, it gets blurry.
Okay.
And you don't know.
All right.
You just don't know.
All right. Visuals.
Yeah, it's Cronenberg.
You get some good shit.
Rick Baker did the special effects.
Woo!
And,
nice. There's
some really nice practical effects going on. A lot of odd body visuals.
Okay.
Not nearly as grotesque. Well, I wouldn't call it as grotesque as what you get in The Fly.
Okay.
But you get close.
Mm.
You get some stuff that's very odd.
Yeah.
I will say there's something that happens in the midsection region,
okay,
the stomach region, that comes back a couple of times that is very bizarre, and it keeps happening.
Okay. Cool.
But
I'm sold.
But it is bizarre.
Top 5 Cronenberg movies? Or you don't know yet?
I don't know.
You gotta watch more of them.
Yeah, I need to watch more. It is bizarre. It's gonna take a couple of views to kind of wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
And it's short.
Yeah.
It's an hour and 25.
Well, watch it again with me when I watch it.
I probably will.
Cool.
It's very, very short, and I want to see the samurai porn that he was trying to air, because it looks fucking hilarious.
What? Wait a minute.
You will know what I'm talking about.
Wait a minute. What's happening?
You will know what I'm talking about when you watch the movie.
I was not expecting that.
It's the most fucking hilarious thing I've ever seen. A geisha whips out a vibrator.
Wow.
A dildo, I should say. A dildo disguised as a doll. I'll just say it. And it was the last thing I was expecting to see, and it was fucking hilarious and made me laugh.
Videodrome, everyone.
But very, very strange.
Samurai porn.
Very strange.
Well, I'm down to watch it, because Cronenberg at his best is cannot be matched. James Woods. Next up, Eaten Alive. This is a horror film I always wanted to watch. I tried to watch it like a long time ago, and I got like 5 minutes in, and then something happened and I had to go. But bought the Arrow Blu-ray release of it, and we watched it the other day. And holy shit. So this comes from our boy
Toby Hooper.
Yeah. Toby Hooper.
Toby, fuck you, fight me. I love Texas Chainsaw 2.
Yeah. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is the all-time great. It is a classic. And Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, which was a spoof, in a way, a horror comedy, in his own way. And everyone hates that movie. We loved it. We had so much fun watching that movie. Chainsaw Battle, you guys, with Dennis Hopper and Leatherface. Do we need to say more?
Jeez.
Chop Top.
Yeah.
Chop Top.
Come on.
Okay? The actor.
Mosley.
Yeah. Bill Moseley. Well, one of his iconic roles is Chop Top. Comes from that movie. So, yeah, Texas is great. But anyway, he's done a lot of other films, Life Force, and we might talk about that on another podcast, and as well as Poltergeist. But Eaten Alive is one of his early works, slasher film. Slasher, kind of slash creature feature.
Yeah.
And
one of the most adorable creatures ever. Oh, it was so cute. They made it for $5.
Oh yeah, it was super cheap. It was super cheap. But the CROC or Gator?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. We're going to keep it CROC. We've been talking about Crocs all day. But it might be a gator. Is it a gator or what?
I don't
God damn it.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, we're going to call it the Beast for this review. So, Eaten Alive, it starts, the opening dialogue is, "My name is Buck and I'm raring to fuck." Said by the beloved Robert Englund. Super young babyface Robert Englund. And,
proving to us once and for all that the role he had in the miniseries V, where he played a good guy, was a fluke and a lie.
And a lie. Well, he was good at that character, but yeah, he's. We all know, we all love Robert as his most devious and
slimy.
Yeah, that's
disgusting.
That's
evil.
That's how we love Rob. But basically, this is not a complicated plot. This is a very simplistic movie. We have a prostitute that one of the worst prostitutes ever. I know that's going to sound bad, but she tried to be a prostitute, and then she freaked out, and then
she thought it was gonna, she thought it was for her, and then as soon as she realized what a prostitute was, she was like, "Oh hell no!"
Which is kind of stupid because you should kind of know.
I guess not.
But anyway, she gets kicked out of the whorehouse. She loses her job that she had for an hour, and because she didn't want to fuck Buck, she ends up coming across this other inn, super like raggedy, broken down looking inn, man. Like it's like super nasty inn, and the lead actor, if you want to call him the lead actor, crazy old man who's had a history of going to the whorehouse and freaking them out, and then they kicked him out and banned him from the special whorehouse, and now he hates all whores. Damn all whores and people who want to have sex. I'm going to kill them all. But he ends up, he's the owner of the inn who actually has a pet croc/gator that we can't remember right now. Crocagator. That's what we're going to call it. The Beast. And he ends up killing his tenants. Tenants, right?
The guests, but
they're not, the guests.
Nobody's ever really.
They're not there that long.
Yeah, like the lady, she shows up, and everything seems okay, but then he, like 10 seconds in, he realizes she's a whore, and so that goes poorly. Yeah. And chases her, and then she gets, Yeah. And then this couple
oh man.
This couple show up.
What the fuck?
What is it? It wasn't a flat, was it? There was some reason that they had to stop.
Well, he had to use the restroom.
Okay, and then they have this little girl, and she has this leg brace.
The dad had to use the restroom. Yeah.
She has this leg brace on. She's got this dog, and this stupid ass dog busts through the fence and gets eaten by the crocagator, and the stupid little girl loses her shit for the rest of the film. She's unintelligible for the rest of the fucking movie. And
you can't really blame her though. A little.
It's the noises that they have her dub her over with. That's the irritating part. Yeah. And so to try to calm her down, they say, "Here, honey, rest in filth." So they end up staying there, but then you find out that her parents are bonkers. Yeah. There's this underlying, it's never really discussed. No. But her parents apparently hate each other. Yeah. The mom is resentful towards the husband. Yeah. And the husband apparently wants to kill the wife or something. He hates her. They hate each other. He's got all this pent up aggression towards her, and it's all done in this weird visual where she's nagging at him, and all of a sudden he's just making this weird face and fist towards. I mean, it's bonkers.
It's so bizarre. At some point, he starts barking at his wife.
Oh my god!
And she's like, "Shut up, get out of here!" And then he eventually leaves. Temporarily, but it's just what is happening? It was so wonderfully bonkers. Yeah. Because the whole time, you got the old crazy man, who owns the place. He's the crazy one.
Yeah.
But now we got people living there that are just as crazy as he is, or at least the dad is. But yeah, so we got the old crazy owner of the place running around,
who just at random decides to kill the parents.
Yeah,
like
with a scythe.
Yeah, he kills the dad.
Yeah,
and then 20 minutes or not 20 minutes, but just randomly a little while later decides, okay, it's time to kill the mom now.
Yeah.
At random. Just randomly. Like, why didn't you do that 20 minutes ago?
I know.
And for some reason the mom's wearing a wig.
Yeah,
we never know why she was in disguise this whole time. We never knew why.
No.
But so the prostitute earlier that he killed, her family comes looking for her.
Sister and her dad.
Yeah. And that doesn't go all that well. So they end up at the inn. And of course the dad gets killed. Mm-hmm.
With the scythe.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, all these people he kills throughout the movie, he feeds to the crocagator.
Right.
And then you find out later the crocagator was the one that actually took his leg, which is weird because it's like he hates it, but then it's his pet.
Yeah.
It's very bizarre.
Yeah.
But this movie's so fucking weird. There's moments where Toby's just filming our lead antagonist. He's just filming him. And nothing's really happening. He's just walking around doing stuff, but he's just mumbling.
Yeah.
Like he's not really saying anything of merit. But I guess Toby wanted to stress to everyone that something's not right here. This guy's insane. I mean, this was like before he kind of goes berserk on everyone else. I guess he was wanting to lead up to, there's something not right with this guy.
Yeah.
But it was a fun movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I can easily see snobbish, uppity people hating, a movie like this and calling it trash.
Because it's super low budget.
Yeah.
It's a tad sleazy.
It's kind of all filmed in one location, really.
Yeah.
It feels like it.
There's this lady that runs the whorehouse. She's got like terrible tissue paper makeup on. Where they try to make her look old, and it looks like her makeup's gonna fall off her face at any minute. It's really bad makeup job. Like I said, the crocagator looks like they made it for $5, and it's adorable.
It's fun.
There's a monkey in it for no reason that dies. Yeah, it's
all over the place.
It's
fun.
Yeah, it's a cheap, low budget, sleazy, like odd. Kind of batshit, but it's kind of worth a watch.
Yeah, I enjoyed the batshit craziness of the film. I found it entertaining.
It's nice to see movies that don't really have any conventions and that don't really play it safe. Yeah. Like it just kind of just goes there.
It's a slasher film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So if you haven't seen Eaten Alive, make sure you guys check that out if you want to watch a bonkers, kind of crazy, low-budget slasher film, but fun. And now, because that's how we roll on that Phat Samurai Guy YouTube channel, and that's how we roll in general, we go from Eaten Alive to this next movie. Because we watch it all. We watch low-budget slashers that are bonkers, and then we watch high art, which is going to be this next movie. Finally, we watched this fucking movie, man. Now remember, babe, I bought this several years ago.
Yeah.
And it's called something called, what did we call it? Disc jacked? What was it?
I don't remember.
I got hijacked? What was something? I don't remember. They had a name for it.
I don't know if we ever called it anything, but it's one of those things where you buy it. You go to the store, you buy it, and it's sealed, and you get it home.
Yeah. And there was no fucking disc inside.
Yeah, but our problem was for the longest time, we wouldn't open up the case.
Right.
And it was too late for us to do anything about it.
Yeah, it was too late to take it back.
It's the same problem that we encounter if we buy something and 6 months later we pop it in and the disc jacks up and it freezes.
Yeah.
We can't take it back for an exchange. Right. It was the same thing with this movie. There was nothing in it, and it's like, well, shit.
And that movie was There Will Be Blood.
And this was the movie where
So I had to rebuy it.
Yeah, I watched it and I was like, wow, that was really good. And I popped it in. I went to go check it out. I looked it up on Google. I'm like, oh my god, this movie came out 12 years ago and I'm an idiot. I can't believe this movie's that fucking old. I'm so ashamed of myself. But
hey, as much as we're huge movie buffs, but there's movies that squeak by us. We only have so much time to watch movies.
And there's a lot of movies that we want to see, and it just takes us a while to get there. Obviously, it takes us time, and there's some. Movies.
But you watched it first.
I did,
and then I was like, well, I'm intrigued, and let me watch it next.
Yeah.
So that we can talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm right there with you. Like how it's here's a good example of filmmaking. The differences. You have piece of shit movies we mentioned earlier, or maybe even the Northstar, where nothing was happening and we wanted to fucking kill ourselves. But yet the filmmaking in There Will Be Blood was so good, nothing was happening, but we were invested.
Yeah.
And that's credit to the director and the people that made that movie, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot not happening.
Yeah.
This is not an action film. This is a long, slow burn telling the story, kind of a rags to riches story.
Yeah.
About Daniel Day-Lewis. Daniel, what'd you call him?
His name, Daniel, give him all the Oscars. Daniel Day-Lewis. Daniel, give him all the motherfucking Oscars, Day-Lewis. Daniel Plainview, I think his name is. Is it Plainview?
I think so. Who's an oil man.
Yeah.
And he deals with oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, like, the first...
Holy crap.
The first 10 minutes of this film, no dialogue.
No dialogue.
And
that's right.
In the first 10 minutes of the movie is time jumps. Mm-hmm. And it's just to set up where he came from, what kind of a guy he is.
Yeah. Like,
the whole scene where you see him fall down, like, you see him using the dynamite... And you see him trying to pull up his equipment.
Yeah.
The explosion happens early, and then you see him fall down the whole, the mine or whatever.
Yeah, he fucks his leg up.
And he gets fucked up, and you just see him being so tenacious about everything, and you see him getting his stuff certified, and he's just laying there, and just to show what kind of guy he is.
Yeah.
All this stuff just told visually.
Yeah, so it was
I
great.
can't get enough of shit like that. We live in a world where so many things in films are you get verbally told everything, and you get things that are so dumb, and you get movies that just are they're so poorly told, and you get so much studio mandated. Okay, people are too dumb to understand this, so make sure you make everything crystal clear and reshoots and this and that. That when you get movies like this, it's like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for treating me like I have a brain.
No non-stop exposition scenes explaining everything,
Yeah.
But another thing I really liked about this movie was the haunting score.
I did, yeah.
The score
very minimalist.
Yeah.
But when it kicked in, it was like, oh, what is that?
Yeah, the score was bizarre, but haunting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
But we guess we can talk about spoilers. The movie's been out for 12 years.
Yeah.
But Daniel Day-Lewis's character is not a good person.
No. And the movie, what I love about that, and it's the same thing with Whiplash. The movie, even though the character in Whiplash, he has his reasons for being the way he is, but framing wise, you're not supposed to sympathize. Right. Same thing with Plainview. You don't sympathize with him. Right. You just, this is who he is.
That's who he is, yeah.
And that's that.
Yeah. He's ruthless, relentless, and if you get in his way or become a competitor, you're fucked. Yeah. He's coming guns a-blazing because that's just how he is. At the end of the day, he will even ship his son off somewhere because the son's a distraction now. Yeah. Because he doesn't want to be distracted because he has business. Because there's competitors.
And he doesn't know how to deal with...
And he's an oil man.
He doesn't know how to deal with his now deaf son.
Yeah, there's an accident.
Yeah.
And his son lost his hearing, yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't know
That's kind of fucked up.
He doesn't know how to deal with any of that.
Yeah.
And he's going to need some help that he can't provide him with.
So. And it's not his real son. He was one
yeah,
of the,
there was he the more profit he made, he ended up working with more people. And every once in a while, wherever he's working, there'll be some accident. And, there's a couple of times throughout the film where people will die during the jobs that he's on. And more towards the beginning of the film, there's this accident where he's with this camp with these guys, and one of the men has his son with him. And him and Daniel and the guy with the son are down in this shaft, and this piece of equipment falls and
kills
lands
the dad
right on the guy.
Yeah.
And you don't know what happens. You don't know why the wife isn't there. She's probably dead. Whatever, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But the next scene you see is Daniel. Plainview's like trying to feed the kid like alcohol and whatever, and the kid doesn't want it. But then you see him with the kid on the train.
Yeah.
And his real motivation is not because out of the kindness of his heart. He wants to make sure that the kid's okay and well taken care of, and he feels guilty for the dad dying or whatever. No, it's because he knows that having a young baby with him will help entrust others to him and help him secure land and sales and all.
But over time, you can tell he did grow fond.
Yes.
Of the kid. Yeah.
Yes, and that's
one
of the things that.
It's really surprising.
Yeah, that's one of the things that makes him.
Because of how he really is.
He is a human.
Yeah.
And humans are complicated beasts.
Yeah.
But he is still a terrible person.
Yeah, I mean that one speech he said when he was talking to that guy that was posing as his brother.
Yeah.
He was just like, I hate all people, or something like that. I hate everyone.
Yeah.
They disgust me.
Yeah.
And I'm an oil man. So.
Yeah.
And I will use their bones and blood and bodies in my oil. No, I'm getting carried away here. I'm sorry. Like, fuck, is this a horror movie now? No, it's not. But just his acting is like, whoa, man.
Yeah,
props to I can't remember the actor's name, but props to the guy who played the preacher, the young kid, the young man who played the preacher, kind of using Paul Dano,
named Eli, and his twin brother Paul.
Right. Okay.
Sunday.
Okay. Yeah. So he basically uses Daniel's oil rigging shenanigans in the town and taking over the land and stuff to basically try to build his own church. And because he's a pastor, and the church starts to grow, gets bigger, he gets all these followers and whatnot. And then, but they had a good back and forth, him and Daniel. Like, for a second, I was like, dude, is this our antagonist?
Uh-huh.
Like, that's the way, every time he would show up, he would always annoy.
Yeah.
He would annoy me. I'm not even in the movie. And he'd be cringy and annoy, just being a dick, dude. Where's our $5,000? And this is supposed to be for the church, and your oil company business is ruining the town. Every time he showed up, it's like you could tell he's a thorn in Daniel's side.
I want to bless the equipment. You're gonna introduce me.
Yeah.
And I'm
gonna bless the well.
It's gonna be a simple blessing and all that. And
when I walk up is when you introduce me.
Oh my God, that whole God.
I was like, dude. He's gonna beat this. That's what I was saying. I was like, it's just a matter of time before he beats the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Which ended up happening later in the movie.
Yeah.
He smacks the shit and just fucks him up.
Yeah.
And then you get a little hint of, okay, well, maybe this young preacher man isn't all that he says he is, because a young preacher man of a servant of God would not attack his old man father and beat the crap out of him, just taking out on him because he got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like,
And
maybe there's something different, wrong, with this character.
Yeah.
Something's amiss.
Yeah, the whole show he was putting on,
casting out the devil.
That whole show he was putting on that was so dubious. It's like, that's like showmanship right there. It's like, what is that?
And what cracked me up was after all of that, like, get out, demon, get out. Like after all of that, and everyone in the church is cheering and stuff. Everyone's leaving, and Daniel's character walks out and he goes, "That was a hell of a goddamn show." He walks off.
Yeah.
He basically just said it, just told it to him.
Yeah.
I was laughing. I was like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
But all these accidents started happening, and he's all like, "Well, if you let me bless the well."
Yeah.
This one, it's just really just the
Yeah.
But it's good acting from the guy.
Yeah.
So now he's like, he has kind of an oil empire, and the money is, he's raking in the dough. His son is a little bit older now. His son got married, basically. But before we get to the before all that, let's talk about the church scene.
Yeah.
Which is one of our favorite parts of the movie.
Yeah.
So not too long after he beats the shit out of the priest, he wants to. He owns this whole area. So he can rig his or install the drills so they get the oil out of the ground, right?
Yeah.
And so, except for this one location, and he goes and talks to the guy, and it doesn't work out. But the guy's like super religious, so he's like, you know what? You need to confess for your sins. You confess for your sins, invite God into your life, then we will let you run a line through our land to do what you need to do, right? Mm. So he gives in and does it. He goes to the church. He's sitting there all awkward. And then the preacher's all like, anyone who wants to be absolved from their sins or whatever, come on up.
And he doesn't answer at first.
Yeah.
And then Eli's like, I'll ask again. Anyone? And then Daniel kind of snaps away. Me? I've sinned.
He's like, I've sinned. And then he goes up there, and it's, basically he get in his own way. The young priest kind of gets revenge a little bit because he starts slapping him. Yeah. I'm gonna slap the devil out of you, and he kind of gets his licks in. Excuse me. But that whole, just if you have not seen the movie, watch that scene, because that's just that whole sequence. You see how good of an actor Daniel Day-Lewis is, because he just channels 3 different emotions at the same time during that whole sequence. So, because he did care about his son a little, he did feel bad about sending him away. So,
and we've already seen him at this point become like aggressively defensive about people mentioning his son. Yeah. Like he had that one really awkward scene with
as a businessman trying to do deals with him, and he's all like, he mentions his son.
I will come to your house and slit your throat. Like
what?
Aggressively defensive when it comes to mentioning his son like that, like even suggesting that he doesn't care for him and all that. Yeah. So we've already seen that at this point. So Eli makes him confess that he's abandoned his child. Right. And at this point Daniel's been like waffling just to like show for the church that he's confessing and this and that.
Yeah. He's putting on a show, but then at the same time, the young priest is beating the shit, slapping the demon out of him. Yeah. And so he's like laughing, kind of like, you motherfucker, you're slapping me. Yeah, is that the best you got? Like kind of doing that. But then going back crying in misery because of what he did to his son. And it was just like, dude, how could you? I would never be able to act like that in a sequence like that.
Like my favorite point is like
it's just the way he did it.
He's already doing the whole bullshit. You can see it in his eyes how he's just bullshitting. Yeah, I've sinned. Yeah. But when Eli makes him say, I've abandoned my child. Yeah. And he has this moment where he's trying to say it, but he doesn't want to because it's angering him. Right. Like he tries to say it, but he's like choking back on it. But then he's like, no, I have to say it because I have to. Because I have to get this deal locked down.
Yeah.
And then he finally spits it out. And then Eli says, no, they can't hear you. Say it again.
Yeah.
And then he says it again. No, say it louder for the people back there. And then he finally yells it out louder. It's like, it's just that the whole thing.
It was an amazing performance, but at the same time, hilarious.
Yeah.
Because it just, oh my, I was laughing during the scene like, wow, he's channeling all these different emotions, and oh man, he's like, I've abandoned my boy. So, do you accept God? Yes, I do. It's like hilarious. Great scene.
Yeah.
So before we get to the finale, is there anything else? Movie looks gorgeous. It's a very long movie, and for a very long movie that's slow burn. Again, I was not bored at all.
I personally wasn't.
I was not bored at all. Some people might be bored. This movie may not be for everyone. Because people want probably a little bit more narration and direction. You know, but
and it depends on what you're looking for in a movie. But this is one of those movies where it just kind of unfolds in front of you. Yeah. And it lets you...
You have to be patient.
It just lets you take it in.
Yeah.
And you just kind of follow it and just let it just kind of happen.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really... like I said, like its basic story is this guy, he wants to be successful in oil, and he buys up land and he gets better at it, and he meets this super religious town, and he drills there, and things happen, and that's it.
Pretty much.
But many other things happen in the process, and a lot of other little subplots happen. This guy pretends to be his brother, and
his long lost brother that they never met, and that goes south.
His half brother and his son gets in this accident and goes deaf, and he stops speaking because of it, and he has to learn sign language, and he sends them away. And one of the funniest things ever was when he brings his son back, and his son punches him in the face because he fucking gets pissed at him, and he starts hitting him and all this shit.
Which was expected. I was waiting for that.
Fucking hilarious.
I was waiting for that. But just a powerhouse of a performance, and just of a movie as well. I mean, credit to Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah. Remember, WS is what shit, which is Resident Evil. So
Paul what shit Anderson.
So just remember
that's the bad Anderson. Okay.
Yeah.
But just a fantastic film, and I obviously I wish I would have seen it when it came out 12 years ago. I think even back then, Fat Ninja, our boy Fat Ninja, he saw it. He was like, "Oh, you got to see that movie."
Really?
Even back then.
Sorry, Fat Ninja.
Yeah.
We should have listened.
But better late than never.
We were too busy watching Transformers.
Yeah. Transformers.
Oof.
Anyway.
Woof.
Even though we're spoiling the film, we highly recommend you guys still go out and watch it. But now it's time to get to the scene.
Probably the most infamous.
Yes. Drainage! Drainage!
I drink it up!
I drink it up! That's right!
So the very beginning of the movie, not the very, very beginning, but at the beginning-ish of the film, this kid named Paul sells information to Daniel about this land that has oil that just seeps from the ground.
Right.
And you never see that character again, but you see the actor again, and that's Eli.
Twin brother.
Yes. Well, you find out that Paul took the money and he got the fuck out of Dodge. Mm-hmm. There's a reason you never saw him again. He never went back home. He never shared the wealth with his family. He took that $5,000, I think it was, for the information. He said, "Fuck you, poor religious family, you crazy mental heads. I don't give a shit about you." Took his money. He got successful. He bought his own whatever, and he's living pretty good. Well, Eli became a missionary, and he got out into the real world and got himself into some trouble financially. Got into some vices, lost a bunch of money and decided that he wanted to seek help from his old quote-unquote friend Daniel, who has now gotten himself so much money that he lives in this giant mansion. He is just...
Got his own bowling alley and shit.
Yeah, he is just... he's just come off of disowning his son because his son decided he wanted to go down to Mexico with his wife and start up his own oil company, which now Daniel basically is like, that's a no-no.
Yeah.
You are now a competitor.
You are now my competitor.
And the son's like, no, it's not like that. It's time for me to do something else, but it's not like that.
He just wanted to do something for himself.
It's like, no, that's it. You're dead to me. You're not even my son. You're a bastard. You're a bastard orphan that I just found in a basket.
Yeah.
You're worse than whatever.
A bastard from a basket.
Yeah. And
it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, he made him speak. Because the kid could speak perfectly fine, but as soon as he lost his hearing, he stopped talking.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is.
Right.
You can still talk. Just because you can't hear, you can still talk.
Yeah.
Maybe just not comfortable. I don't know. But he made him tell him what he was doing.
Right.
Which, apparently it's uncomfortable for him because he never speaks anymore. So he made him tell him, I'm taking my wife, I'm moving to Mexico. I'm doing this on my own. And he basically was just like, yeah, he told him all that shit. And so the son took his interpreter and he left, and that was it.
Yeah. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
But that's just how he is, man.
You know, Daniel Plainview is who Daniel Plainview is. Mm-hmm. And that he's never made any excuses for it. That's who he's always presented himself to be. So Eli shows up at this motherfucker's house, who again has just turned away his only, adopted or not, his only family. And expects him, because he's had dealings with him before, business dealings before, expects him to help him out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one plot of land that he was never able to secure, Plainview was never able to officially secure.
Right.
Eli has it in his head that they can go get it now because the old man that owned it is dead now.
Right. The religious old man.
Yeah. Well, Daniel was smarter than everybody, and he knew a way around all that. So, as he explains it, so he has this moment. He basically says, yeah, okay, yeah, but first I want you to tell me something. I want you to tell me that you're a false prophet.
Right. You're getting revenge on him now.
Yeah.
Letting him spout some shit.
Daniel tells Eli, I want you to say you're a false prophet, and
your God is
your God is fake or something?
Yeah.
Is it fake? I don't remember the exact verbiage. I know the false prophet is like the first part of it. So, and the kid's like, why would I say that? It's not true. And he's like, well, if you wanna,
yeah,
that's what you want to say.
You want this money?
Yeah, then you have to say it.
Mm-hmm.
So the kid starts to say it, and he's like half-assing it at first.
Yeah. And that's when I was already okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
He was a false prophet. He was fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Daniel, in a play of what happened at the church scene earlier in the film, keeps saying, you have to speak up. You have to speak up. And so the kid,
over here is your congregation. We're in a church now. Over here's your congregation. You speak. People way in the back can't hear you.
So the kid,
speak up.
The kid starts shouting it to the point where the actor's face visually is turning red.
Yeah. Like
you can see his face actually turning red as he's starting to yell it. And then as soon as he's done, Daniel just says, "Oh, it's already used up."
Yeah.
It's already done.
Yeah.
He's like,
I don't need to own the land. All the oil's gone. Yeah. And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, it's like this. You have a milkshake. I have a milkshake. You have a straw. And I have a big, long straw all the way over here. And I drink it up. And I use my big, long straw and drunk your milkshake. And it's all gone. It's all mine. Oh, my God. I was just...
I drink it up.
I was... Drainage!
Oh my God.
I was in awe of the acting and laughing at the same time at this performance, and just, wow. He just really just...
Yeah.
in the end, Daniel got his way.
Yeah.
He got his way. He's ruthless. This is who he is.
Yeah.
And you can't try to fuck him over, man.
Yeah.
He's gonna win, by any means. Especially if you're a competitor.
Yes.
Because he's an oil man.
Yes.
And yeah, and the hilariousness continued because after that he just goes after to beat the shit. He grabs a bowling pin and goes after the Eli, and then beats him to death and kills him and splits his head open and just sits there and just chilling. And then the butler comes down because he hears the ruckus and he comes down and he looks at the carnage, and Daniel turns and looks over nonchalantly and goes, "I'm finished." And then the movie ends.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. And at that point, I was actually still ready for some more movie. But I was fine with it. I was fine with an ending like that.
And
but
you see what I was saying? How it was hard for me to initially explain to you. I can't really tell you what the plot is necessarily, and I can't even necessarily tell you what the point of the film is, because by the end, what is the point? What is the point? He's got all this money. He's gone through all this. But he's lost his son. He's a horrible person. The movie ends on him murdering somebody. You don't know what the repercussions of that are.
Yeah.
What was the point of the film? I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah.
I literally don't care what the point of the film is.
It was an amazing story, perfectly told about a horrible person.
Yeah.
That was basically it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't. Usually with stories like this, you always see the guy get his comeuppance. And, look at Scarface.
Yeah.
That's the perfect example. We love Scarface. It's one of our favorite movies. But look at what happened to him at the end, right?
Yeah.
But this was not the case. This was just, I'm finished. I'm done.
Yeah.
But great movie. And again, better late than never.
Yeah.
Anything else before we wrap up the podcast?
No.
More movies to watch.
We have
more movies.
We have quite a few more films that we have not yet seen.
A lot.
We've actually been doing pretty well in flipping through the wallets and going through and watching stuff.
I might watch one movie a day at this point. We'll see. Depends on how much time we have.
Yeah.
You never know.
There's a couple of things on my list that I want to watch.
Which ones is that?
I have been itching to watch Ikiru for so long.
Oh,
now.
Ikiru. Yes.
Yeah. There's
Akira Kurosawa.
Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff that I want to just eventually watch. We need to watch. Today we just bought the director's cut of Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, so I'm interested on that.
Yeah, we need to see how that flows.
Yeah,
because it just looks like that's our kind of ending.
Yes, yes. But yeah, any future films you guys will hear what we think of them on our Verbal Nectar podcast. We'll do more episodes like this, as well as future movie reviews and content on our YouTube channel, That Phat Samurai Guy, where you can find us. So like, share, and subscribe our videos. Really appreciate you guys listening. Anything else before we wrap it up?
I need to go to bed.
You need to go to bed. All right. But thanks for hanging out with us. Hopefully you guys had some drinkity drinks. And
this is probably going to push 4 hours.
4 hours, huh? That's it? Only 4 hours? I'm just kidding. But yeah, thanks again for supporting us and listening. And don't forget, you can also find our Verbal Nectar podcast on Anchor and Spotify if you're on the road. Hear us knuckleheads talk about what we love, which is cinema and film. I'd like to thank all you guys. Or TV. Or TV.
Cinema and film tend to be the same thing.
That's true. a little bit of everything. I know. You know what? I'm tired too. I think that's what's going on. But again, thanks for hanging out with us and listening to the Verbal Nectar podcast episode number 5.
And our creaky chairs.
Because that's how we roll. We are high maintenance.
And low tech.
That's right. So don't forget to check out all these movies we mentioned, except for the ones we said don't check out. And we'll see you guys on the next podcast. You guys Have a good one. Take care.
Bye.
Drainage!